welcome back, everyone. After that quick interval, of course, hopefully, as you can see, we're back on the edge of our seats in just a few moments' time. Then, as I just quickly do the old sharing the stream again, I feel a bit like deja vu at the moment. As but we were back racing just a few moments, and to be honest, I think that's actually perfect, really, isn't it? Because I can actually talk you through the track. Then, so the track at the moment then is. It's of course it's quite a little one. This one is quite a little one, quite a short one. This is. Oh, I've already got tongue tied, haven't I? A bit of I've got to get myself sorted out now, haven't I? And get myself back in the flow again. Of course, there's as I was just mentioning earlier about the circuit, and there's 10 turns around this 2.6 mile long circuit. It's a little one, isn't it? This one is. It's a short blast through the Austrian mountains. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? And I think, was it Craig David who said, can I have a rewind? Well, I'm having a rewind right now. And hopefully we'll be back in action. Well, hopefully we can start the action rather than get back into action. And we'll be getting going again then. So, yeah, you can see then the lap record around here is just over 66 seconds long. Yeah, blimey, that's a quick lap, isn't it? We're expecting lap times to be very quick tonight as well. It's going to be fast and furious. Because it's a short track, the times are going to be so close together. It's going to be frantic. I'm loving this. I got to say, this is a personal favourite of mine. I love the Austrian Grand Prix. It really is good stuff. Of course, Austrian Grand Prix has been on the Formula 1 calendar for a very long period of time, hasn't it? It's been on and off. They used to have the mighty Österreich ring, didn't they? Didn't they originally? So I quickly just checked to make sure that that I'm actually in spectator mode, because we all saw what happened in Brazil that one time, didn't we? Where a very awkward moment where I had to talk through my own formation lap, which was not very nice to see or watch, was it? Really wasn't. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do that again for the near future. Yeah, you can see then 10 turns around this circuit. Well, I technically count 9 because turn 2 is not really a turn at all, is it? But anyway, oh well. As Nosey said, the Season 5 champion, Forrest is back. Yes, I am back. I'm not running. Well, hopefully we're running on full gas now. We've also got sprint, evening short, evening sprint. I feel a bit like deja vu. And we've also got Toon saying, hoping for a decent race. Toon, unfortunately, has had a bit of a difficult start to his IRC career, but... The beauty about Formula 1 these days is we have got another 11 races to go. I remember next week we do have a break. We know what that means. We got some cup action, haven't we? I do love a good cup. So I think it is the Super Cup next week. I remember we've had some incredible action over the years. If everyone remembers the first Super Cup, I think Steve, remember, had a problem with his brakes, didn't he? And crashed quite heavily into RU Race, I think it was. It was an absolutely scary old incident. It really was then. But hopefully he's put that behind him and away he goes. We're just about to get into this action in just a few seconds. We've also got Toon saying if I'm going to do anywhere, it'll be here. So Toon there seems to be liking this circuit. Well, who doesn't like this circuit? It's brilliant, isn't it? It's got a bit of a flow in second sector. It's about power on the first first sector there, isn't it? Really, the first sector is basically just one quarter, really, isn't it? That's turn 1. So it is such a short circuit. It's brilliant stuff, isn't it? We're about to get into the session in just a few moments' time, and whilst we're doing that, take a quick history lesson on the Austrian Grand Prix, shall we call it? It used to be the fearsome Österreich ring, didn't it? I think it wasn't De Angelis, or I think so, I think it was De Angelis there on a big old smash down his Ligier. I think, and rolling on the hill, and I think he got back and said the car broke down or something like that. Unbeknownst to him, that his mechanics had seen the crash on air. I think it was DeAngelis here, wasn't it? Possibly. Don't quote me on that one. That might be complete rubbish, but I'm sure for some reason in the back of my mind that does sound right to me. So yeah, I'll go with the flow on that one. And then of course the Austrian Grand Prix did return back in 1997. Was it? That was a weird old race, wasn't it? Bridgestone were absolutely fantastic that weekend. It was absolutely phenomenal stuff. We had Jarno Trulli leading the race for most of the race, didn't we? And the Prost had the design of an absolutely spectacular car that season, didn't they? 97, I love 97. It's a good old race, that is. A good old season, that is. Of course, I think Hackner was leading after the first race, wasn't he? Before before as we was about to start down, but I think obviously people are just so interested in my history lesson here, aren't you? Or so yeah, Hakkinen was leading the race before he blew up. Of course, Mercedes had so many engine issues in '97, didn't they? Hakkinen and Coulthard both retired within a lap of each other in Nürburgring, didn't they? Hakkinen retired here as well. I think he also retired in another race as well. It was a bit of shocking reliability, wasn't it? '98 was a great qualifying session, wasn't it? It was a great qualifying session. If you were a Dirk, it was absolutely rain-soaked, wasn't it? I think Fisichella got on pole position that day, didn't he? Again, don't quote me if I've got to say my history's a bit foggy tonight, isn't it? I think it's all this Pepsi I'm drinking right here. Anyway, yeah, as we're carried on there, the '99 then, of course, Hakkinen and Schumacher touched in that turn right there, turn 2. Of course, then it spun Hakkinen around. Hakkinen did have a great recovery drive to come back and win it. Of course, come back and came third. Eddie Irvine, of course, won that race. Fantastic, wasn't it? It was his first race after Schumacher broke his leg in Silverstone. Of course, 2000 as well. Ricciardo Zonta had his best ever qualifying performance in 2000. That's another random fact for you, isn't it? He qualified 4th or 5th, I think it was. And then, of course, unfortunately, he was involved in first and some shenanigans, wasn't he, in the opening lap there? Of course, who can forget the infamous 2002 race where incredibly, of course, Barrichello let Schumacher win literally on the last lap. It was, of course, an absolute outrage, wasn't it? Boos galore. That was the first time I proper heard a Formula 1 driver, Formula 1 race winner getting booed like that. That was incredible. Nosey just asked if it's a half-8 start. Well, I gotta say, it feels like it, but this time it's not my fault. So luckily, as we're almost getting ready to get going, I'm just making sure I'm still a spectator. We've got 2 spectators tonight. Excellent stuff. Anyway, we're almost ready to get going. Almost ready to get cooking on gas then. As Sam has just said, evening, Sean. Evening, Sam. Hope you're well tonight. Of course, Sam drove in the IRC before. He had a very good debut in France, didn't he? He was flirting with the top 10 for most of the race there, wasn't he? But unfortunately, he didn't get a point in the end there. But hopefully, both of you can rectify that today as well. And also, of course, we got Toon saying, now we're going, and yes, we are then. And this is it does feel like a bit of a rewind, doesn't it? As we're just taking a look at, again, the beautiful, picturesque Austrian Grand Prix, isn't it? I got to say, it's fantastic, isn't it? Look at it's the Red Bull ring now. It used to be the A1 ring, didn't it? I'm not sure if it was named after that old boy band or not, isn't it? But who knows there. Anyway, I think it won't be Take On Me. It'll be Take On these guys, won't it? As they're going to be battling around this beautiful track there as well. I've got to say, the views around here is fantastic as well. And of course, I haven't even mentioned about the weather. In the every time we race around here, we seem to have a sprinkle of rain, don't we? Whether it's later on in the race or at the beginning, as who knows? And as we're just hopefully we got some circles spinning, spin like a good one at the moment. But we're in, everyone. Fantastic stuff, then. And let's get going, shall we? As oh, we got Leclerc joining, have we? Oh, excellent stuff. Of course, Leclerc, a elite driver, and he had a good old race last night, didn't he? As I quickly get all the graphics up as well. Then, so here we go. Then we're in qualifying Q1, and it's a very overcast race here today. It's the moment, well, qualifying session, I should say. Sam has just said good luck, lad. Said very nice for Sam to say good luck. But I think when Sam's in the car, helmet down, visor down, he is all about winning, isn't he? And that is exactly what you guys should be, isn't it? All about peak performance, and of course it's every man for himself. Well, it used to be last year, of course. It's almost every team for us now as well, isn't it? As we're just counting down, and of course, say the team of the field so far, talking to teams, is the Toro Rosso team, which will now be known as AlphaTauri on the next Formula 1 game, which I'm really looking forward to, of course. Highlight of my year, we've got Mercedes there just trundling out of the pits then and getting ready to go. And we've also got McLaren out there as well then. And I've already talked about the drivers and constructors, but let me do that again, shall we? Because I think that was on the wrong stream. So I've got to say, I was very impressed with myself as I got all that out the way on the first stream, but unfortunately that first stream never existed anymore. So yeah, I'm very disappointed with that. Anyway, yeah, T. Sammy at the moment is leading the championship by 50 points. That is incredible. That's 2 race wins. That is T. Sammy's got in the bag at the moment. Matt is second. A good start to the season for Matt, and Aslog's had a fantastic start as well, and he in third position. Roscoe in fourth. Fizzy and Timmy have swapped positions for 5th and 6th, and Oh, excuse me. So, Steve in 7th position. Maxi is moved up to 8th. Dave is still in 9th position in the Drivers' Championship. Fantastic stuff from Dave. And showing he had a very good start to the season, didn't he, Dave? Before hanging up his helmet there. Hopefully not forever, just for the foreseeable future. And of course Harry, the biggest mover last week, where he's up 6 positions up into 10th there. Other big mover there was JJ, who's moved up 3 positions as well. He's up to 17th now in the McLaren. Fantastic stuff. As I mentioned in the first stream, actually, McLaren had a fantastic race last time, didn't they? 1-2 Slim there win. I think that was his first race win in well over a season. He hasn't won a race since season 1 in IRC. It was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff there from Slim, absolutely brilliant indeed there. He also got pole position as well. Slim showing some domination last night, didn't he? McLaren won too as well. Fantastic sprint there. It's just come out of the pit, so it's great to see Sprint back on track as well, isn't it? In the Silver Arrows, great to see Sprint back on, and really looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight then. So in the constructors then, let's just take a look at those standings, shall we? And it's Toro Rosso got a formidable lead at the moment, 71 points over the home team tonight, and that is the Red Bull team, which will be driven by Matt and Maxi. So can they get there some redemption here tonight? Of course, Toro Rosso and Red Bull are technically one the same team, and they're sister teams really. But of course, here tonight it is definitely the Red Bull ring. It's not the Toro Rosso ring. So it's a sprint. There's the first man to post the time. He's in a 6th there so far. There's sprinters, good stuff indeed. We got a Renault coming through as well. So he's just starting us up as well. Got a yellow flag in 2 and 3. It's also Ferrari. They're just going slow. Brown has gone fastest, Andy in the Williams. Brown has been fantastic this season. JJ's gone full fastest. Fizzico has just gone up into 5th fastest, and good stuff there from Fizzy. Of course, they're talking of Fizzy, his namesake, did a good job here in 98, didn't he? As we mentioned in the pre-show as well. Got another Alfa Romeo there flying through the final couple of corners. Here comes Sven coming up to the line, and what does Sven do? He goes full faster than him. Beautiful stuff there from Sven. What about the second McLaren of Timmy? Timmy comes up to the line, and Timmy goes faster on a 5.228. Oh, this is getting good stuff already. And hold on, Chahatza, when this is going to be... Oh, that's a Mercedes off the track. I think that might be a sprint there. Just get out of the way as Harry taking the scenic route there. And I wonder if the marshals need to tip him. Snap is just coming. Oh, it's just starting it up as well then, as he flies up to turn 2. Then Snap. It's good to see Snap back as well, as he's missed a couple of races as well for the Renault team as. He's accelerating out of turn 3 then, and then climbing. And of course, the other thing I love about this circuit is it's a lot of undulations, isn't it? Really, it really does make have the race have a good old characteristic of itself, doesn't it? So, you can see it's up and down, isn't it? Brilliant 17th then. Snap is coming for the second part of the course as well. Anyway, going back to the constructors then, yeah, as I was saying, Toro Rosso leading Red Bull by 71 points. Racing Point had a bit of a difficult start to the season. I think they only had 2 points after the first 2 races, but my goodness me, they're now on 141, 91 points back from Toro Rosso. They've been the team of recent, hasn't it? Snap is invalidated. Tom's going to have to go around again, unfortunately. Harry's just started his time as well. Maxi is coming into turn 4 now. Alfa Romeo has moved up in the 4th position, with McLaren dropping down the 5th then. Ferrari in 6th position, and there's a big old gap between 6th and 7th. Haas is on at 26 points, with Mercedes also on 26 as well. Renault moving up to 9th for a good strong weekend there for Renault last weekend. Good strong week for Renault last time out in France there. They've moved up to 9th position, and Williams are in 10th position then. And that is the constructors for you. Yellow flag in 2. I'm expecting a lot of action around here, isn't it? And I'm also expecting a lot of traffic as well, and a lot of drivers might be a bit grumpy after this qualifying session. A 5 flat there for Max there. Wow, throwing the gauntlet down straight away. 2/10 of a second in front of Timmy, as T Sammy going up in the 3rd position as well. T Sammy there. I've got to say, qualifying's not a strong suit, but my goodness me, his race suit is absolutely brilliant stuff, isn't it? So he has gone up in the 3rd fast. But we've got Asdog out on track, but we've also got Harry there in the 2nd. Welcome to the end now then, is he is tugging on the inside there. I thought it's coming in the pit set. Snap is just in front. I think Snap is invalidated, so he's going to have to go around again. We're just watching. Wow, Snap is not invalidated, so he's got 7 fastest. What about his teammate Harry? Is done an 18 there, so I think that's good for a wet wear time. Samuel has actually invalidated his time. There he is in the Pink Panther. We're on board with the 2nd Pink Panther of Asdog. Lovely over the shoulder shot from Asdog. Of course, remember, he won in Azerbaijan and in Spain in beautiful fashion. I've got to say, it was one of the best drives you'll ever see IRC in Azerbaijan and Spain. Well, together they were brilliant, weren't they? Here he comes flicking it through the line now as well. Oh, fantastic. I gotta say, I love these camera angles around Austria. It's beautiful. And look at that, 5-2 there, just sneaking in front of Timmy by 5 thousandths of a second. My goodness me, nip and tuck. Matt goes 6 fastest in the Red Bull. He's done 2 laps on those soft tires. Sam is having another crack out there. So is Toon as well. Toon has the set of time, yeah. And Sam is right behind him as well. So we might pinch a bit of a cheeky old slipstream there on the Ferrari driver. Toon there dropping down there. Here comes car 2 then. Stolen the number off Stoffel Van Dorn. But I don't think Toon's going to be too interested in that whatsoever as he flies through the second sector now then. As you can see, dropping downhill, this left-hander is here. Here's the second intermediate now. He's done a 45.455 then. Before coming up into 9 and 10 now as well. I love this shot going over the hill then. There it is as well. Look at that. That's incredible, isn't it? Flick it into 9 then. Of course, this that can be very difficult indeed to get wrong. Very difficult to get right, I should say. Look at that. Just about keeping it into track limits as well. And he goes in the 4th fastest. Toon Fan is showing some bite here tonight, isn't he, in the Ferrari? And what about Sam? Sam is invalid. It's time again. It's got to go around again. Let's go on board then with the man who's second racing IRC. Oh, look at that. He's kicking it out then. The rear end is stepping out then as he goes up the hill there. Look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? There's a track there. There's turn 2. You can see it's a bit of a kinky kink there, isn't it? Going up into turn 3 then. Breaking down into second gear there. Just about 45 miles an hour then. And look at this there. It's incredible, isn't it? You go up and down, isn't it? Of course, Kim Räikkönen alongside a frightening accident there in 2015, didn't they? Breaking down into 4th gear then. An off-camber corner there, isn't it? It can be very tricky. And now coming up into 5 and 6 then. And you can see once again it's downhill again. And it can be very tricky there. The car just wants to understeer, doesn't it? A 45.6 out of Sam's personal best then. Accelerates that as well. And coming into turn 9 and 10. And as we said before, then these two turns can be very difficult to get right. Flicking it into 9 then. You can see does want the car to run too wide. Beautifully within the limits then. And again they're not letting the car run too wide. Just will go over the rumble strips there. And Sam goes into 9th position there. Of course, Sam was comfortably in the top 10 last time. And once again, he's showing some speed around here. Beautiful stuff indeed. JJ back out on the track at the moment. And JJ had a fantastic race in the in France just over a week ago, isn't it? Of course, France had a cracking old race, didn't it? Really good stuff indeed. Of course, the man who was second in the championship man had a bit of a miserable race there, didn't he? Last time, of course, with safety car, and then of course damaged his wing there on the rear of Double's car. Talking to Double, he's 17th at the moment. And here comes JJ, and he is about to start his lap then around Austria. Look at how wide he's going there, and a DRS right in the middle. Let's go on board with the McLaren drive then as we come up into turn 1 then, and what's he doing now? Flicking it into he's gone wide, and that's a valid time. Look at that. It was a game of inches there, wasn't it? He just went off just slightly too wide, and unfortunately because of that he has got an invalidated tyre now, hasn't he? 8 minutes to go in this session. What is going on out there? Let's take a bit of stock, shall we? Wow, the stock at the moment between Sven and JJ, 1,000th of a second between those two drivers, and that is the difference between to get through and getting out of the boat. My goodness me, that is incredibly close, isn't it? Wow, that is down to 3 decimal places. That is incredible, isn't it? From JJ and Sven. The sun is starting to burst through them. Beautiful stuff indeed. Timmy there is just about to have another crack on the lap. Then Harry has done Sam has done 5 laps on these soft tires. He is really trying to. I think he's getting a bit of race performance at the moment. Sam is at the moment. We'll leave Sam to it for now. Sven is 200 of a second up in the coming out of the second corner there, and we're on board over the shoulder shot here as well. Look at that, then beautiful shot, isn't it? Look at that. It's like a tunnel, isn't it? We're trying to duck. We're trying to duck to see under the halo there, isn't it? Of course, the safety device, and he's gone onto the grass there. He's lost a bit of momentum, but he's carrying on, and he is carrying on back on board then. As now we're on the T cam now as well. Let's see what is second. He's lost 8/10 of a second there, just drifting a bit wide there in turn 4, and that unfortunately has compromised him dearly, hasn't it, for Sven, unfortunately. And McLaren is coming through now. I think it's JJ just about to start his lap then. So Sven there back in the pits. Look at this pit lane here then. Can be very tricky. Look how narrow it is, and it's almost just about enough for a Formula 1 car. So Can't take many liberties there. Here comes Sam there. Oh my goodness me, he's a favourite now, isn't he? As he comes up to the line, and Sam improves to 6th position there. That's 6 lap old tyres are on Sam's car there. Really ringing the neck of that Force India there. Oh my goodness me, that racing point of as I'm 2 years behind now, and Matt there is just about to start his lap as well. So we're keeping on what Matt can do. Hogg there in the Ferrari there is also on track. 6 minutes to go then. The beauty about this track is it's so short. I reckon in Q3 we're going to have a couple of guys going for 3 attempts there. That is brilliant, isn't it? It's triple the action, isn't it? And that's what we want to see out there. Hogg is up in the turn to 3 now. He's 700s up and he's so close, isn't it? I've got to say that this qualifying session is going to be a game of hundreds and thousands of a second. As we just seen with JJ and it was Sven. Sven's moved out to 10th now, but it was 1,000 of a second. So at the moment in the drop zone is JJ, Double, Penny, and also Roscoe. Currently, the gap between the man who's through and the man who's out is actually 400 of a second, so it's extended just about 400 of a second. It's incredible, isn't it? Hogg is 200 of a second down on his previous best at the moment. Lovely shot again. And around Austria, I gotta say, it's fantastic. Some of these camera angles is really a sight to behold, isn't it? Let's go to see what Matt's doing at the moment. Matt is on 3 lap soft tyres, and he's coming up to the final corner now, turn 10. And feel the car sliding there, didn't you, when we was on board with him? My goodness me, that car there is not grippy at the moment. Matt is 7 fast at the moment. Matt is 6 tenths of a second away from the pole at the moment, which is his teammate Max at the moment. Snap has retired from the session, so Snap thinks he's through, which is I gotta say that's a very bold man indeed. Snap is, isn't he? He's I gotta say Snap is usually one of the first men to feel he's through, but I hope that doesn't come back to bite the Renault driver on the behind. Here's Penny. He's having another crack now, isn't he? DRS. I haven't even mentioned the DRS zones. My goodness me. Then of course the drag reduction zone. Of course that is when the oh my goodness me, what is occurring there? And it's Penny there is having to take a face of action. There's a Ferrari. There's a Red Bull all on the racing line there, in a Penny there. It hasn't damaged his car, I don't think. So luckily Penny is still got all his pieces in the right place, and of course you all want your pieces in the right place, don't you? But Penny was on a fast lap there. That is definitely going to be investigated after the race, surely, because I feel that is absolutely compromised Penny in the worst way possible, because I think he wasn't improving dramatically, was he? But that's still a bit of time loss, isn't it? So that is a shame now for Penny, isn't it? As he's coming into the pits now as well. As they're all in the pits then. So I have think there might be a bit of rage under that helmet of the Mercedes driver then, as he is coming back in the pits now. Here, let's go on board there with Roscoe. Roscoe at the moment is 4th in the championship. He is on 84 points. He's a point behind Asdog in 3rd, and he's 67 points behind his teammate who's in the championship moment as we build up into turn 2 as well. And you see he hasn't got the ERS there on fully, as I was mentioning before in the pre-show. This track is about horsepower, isn't it? It's about straight line advantage, and you don't want to use all that up in one go, do you? Yellow flag on the straight between turn 1 and 2. Roscoe there dropping down into turn 4 as well, and that corner just falls away from you, doesn't it? In the second section as well. We're just waiting to see what the second time is then for Roscoe. Roscoe, traditionally a man who's not really doesn't really like to use too many tyres in the qualifying session, does he? He likes to keep his options over in the race. And how close was he there? I thought he was going to invalidate something. The track limits around here is absolutely brutal, really are. Timmy's gone fastest there on a 4.991. Fantastic time there from Timmy. A 10th of a second in front of Max there. That is track evolution, or is that Timmy evolution? Possibly both there, but Roscoe goes full fast moment on 0.2 of a second there. Well, no, he ended actually. He's at 100 of a second away from Astor. So then, Petty, Double, JJ, and I know JJ has improved by 5,000 of a second. It's whiskers, isn't it, in the moment between these guys? Fantastic. Here comes PB in the Williams. They're building up into turn 3 now then. We've got Hogg back on track. We've got JJ, we got Sprint now out as well. And Brown. Snap is in the pits there. Snap is done in qualifying there. So he's going to be on the back foot. Here comes Double. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Toon has left the session there. I hope Toon there is looking very strong as well. So hopefully Toon can get himself back in fairly soon. I'd say is he safe in this session? I got to say, he might be safe in this session, but I got to say that's That's very risky. I know he's in 5th position there. Toon is back in the session, so no need to worry, guys. He is back in and raring to go. Yellow flag just in front of us there, as that was a car just put on the way. Here comes PB then, on board with PB with the black and gold helmet there. Beautiful stuff. Sam Sparrow will love that. Coming through the final corner now, and let's see what he can do. Where does PB puts himself? 6/10 of a second down. Oh, lovely shot here from the rear wing. That is the drag reduction system there, working absolutely splendidly well. Here comes JJ. Look at this. He is gaining quite rapidly. He's lost 2/10 of a second in the final section though. Double is a 10th of a second down as well. We've had some movement. Hogg is also on track as well. Brown is also down at the moment. He's in 14th position. Hogg is just starting his lap now. We're on board with Double. He is 400 on second down. And these guys are looking for hundreds around here. That is going to be, this is basically the beginning. This is the start of what is going to be an absolutely frantic hour. Well, it's not going to be an hour anymore, but a frantic qualifying session. Enjoy this, guys. It's going to be brilliant stuff. Toon is retired from the session then. He is happy in 6th position. Here comes Double. He is 17th at the moment, but that is not safe enough at all. And McLaren is parked on the side. That's JJ who's mowing the grass there, isn't he? And doing the Austria and doing Red Bull. Great favour there, isn't he? So fantastic stuff. I hope he charges. So JJ there is invalid. It's time. He's got 41 seconds to get back around now, so that's more than plenty of time. Here comes Hogg. He's 300 of a second up in the second sector as well. Let's take a look at the second sector. He's 2/10 of a second up. Hogg is can he pull away then from that drop zone? Lovely shot here from the curbs there. And now he's going to see him just come over the crest of the hill as well. Look at that look at that ball in the background. It's to symbolise that this is home territory of the Red Bull Racing team as well. Turn 10 then. Let's see what he can do then as he comes through the final turn. This is a very good time. He's right at deployment, but is this enough? I would say that is enough. He's up at the 9th position. Matt there is in 10th position. He's 2/10 of a second down. Fizzy 11th. Harry is invalidated his time in the 12th position. Sven there thinks he's happy in 13th position there. We got Brown there in the 15th. Snap is dropping down there, isn't he? PB is invalidated his time. I think that's the end for PB, unfortunately. It is. Look at the sun shining. Double is improving, but is it enough? I don't think it is enough. It isn't enough for Double. He's out of qualified. JJ's out of qualified as well. Penny is on track. We also got PB who's he's off the grass. He's on the grass. He's on the grass now. He has spun it. He is done there, unfortunately for PB. So Brown is still through at the moment for 3/10 of a second. What can Penny do then? We're on board then with Steve Penny as he is now coming up into the middle section now as well. Let's see what he can do then. Penny at the moment is at 6.4. He is 4/10 of a second down there. Look at the understeer on that Mercedes there. And he had to correct the car, didn't he there? And that was a bit frightening from a Penny's point of view as well. I think then this is it then. Oh, and cars are coming in the pits. Our Penny's had a bit of a rough time with traffic, hasn't he? And unfortunately, that is done and dusted then for Penny, unfortunately. So he is going to be on 19th on the grid then in the race coming up later on then. So unfortunately, Penny fans, he is out of qualifying. But don't worry, he will be in the race later on. So don't worry, Penny fans, he will still be in action later on. So that's it for qualifying then. And I got to say, this qualifying session, I got to say, it's one of the most exciting ones of the year. If you think about real Formula 1, we've had some incredible action around here over the years, haven't we? Of course, Hamilton spinning it up in turn 3 there, didn't he? In 2014, wasn't it? I think, something like that. Also, we had a very wet weather session in the 98 season, didn't we? We've also had some scary suspension failures as well. I think Fiat had one a couple of years ago as well. And a lot of suspension failures around it because these curbs are sawtooth curbs, isn't it? They rat in the fillings of your teeth, as Martin Brundle used to say. As Double there comes across the line there, as he's just on a victory parade lap, and as he is going to be now a spectator for the rest of the qualifying session. And as I think I said in France, Double's got a beautiful helmet there, very reminiscent of Martin Brundle's helmet. And indeed it is, and as you can see my well-earned XP there. I'm very proud of my bronze as well. Anyway, unfortunately, out of qualifying is Penny there. I think the Penny didn't really get a good bite of the cherry there, did he? As we've seen 2 attempts there, which was thwarted by traffic. Yeah, I think this last attempt there was might have been up against it, but unfortunately for Penny there, he's out of qualifying. Look at that though, 1.4 seconds separates the field. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Out is JJ, out is Double, and out is PB as well. That's 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. All out of this qualifying session as we move into qualifying 2 in just a few moments' time then. It's incredible, isn't it? Where the full grid is separated by 1.4 seconds. That is incredible, isn't it? I was actually watching the 98 Japanese Grand Prix not so long ago. I think it was yesterday or the day before, or the day before that, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the grid for that qualifying session was about 6 seconds. It's incredible, isn't it? Oh my goodness me. And people say forwards today races is a bit boring. Is it? Anyway, we're in the qualifying 2 now then, and now we've got 15 minutes and we have shaved 3 minutes off the clock, and we are going to be getting ready to go now. Well, we are green already, so as you can see then, the drivers are absolutely keen to get out there and keen to show their stuff, aren't they? Well, definitely Toon is, as he flies out of the pits there on the medium compound tyre then. Of course then, anyone who's new to this beautiful sport, to this beautiful league, to this beautiful Hysteria Mountains, and I think it's I don't know, the Austrian Mountains, there we go. I shouldn't be using words I don't know what I'm talking about. Toon coming out on track now then. Yeah, of course then, if you're new to this sport then, and to this league, of course there in qualifying 2 then, you must if you get in the top 10, you must start on the tyres which is set your fastest time on. So that is whether you want to start on the soft tyre, which is the red stripe tyres, the medium tyre, which is the yellow tyres, or the hard tyre, which is the white tyre. You have a choice of all 3 compounds. Soft tyre, of course, gives you instant grip, which is the fastest tyre, but of course will wear quicker. The medium tyre is it's the middle of the soft and the hard tyres, so the hard tyre will be the slowest tyre, but will last the longest, the more durable is, and the medium tyre is just sat in between between both of those then. As we're just on board with Toon then, as he is coming up the crest of the hill now then, as Lucas has left the session there, as I didn't even know Lucas was in here, but it's great to have Lucas along with us. Of course, Toon fan is driving Lucas's car there, because Lucas is a Ferrari driver in the Elite League, isn't he? On board Toon as he's now crossing the line and go to give it some welly now, isn't he? As he comes up to turn 1 then. As I was mentioning before I interrupted myself and got completely stumped as usual. There is 3 DRS zones around here, of course, one in between on the start finish straight, turn 10 and 1 between turn 1 and 2, well, turn 1 and 3 basically, isn't it? And Toon is overshot, and he's done the Charles Leclerc kind of route there, and he's also invalidated his time as well. You can see it's so brutal, isn't it? Go out wide on this track, and it's just it's gonna be, that's your day done, isn't it? So unfortunately that's Toon's lap done then. I think the next car on track is actually a McLaren of Timmy. It is a McLaren of Timmy there, and I've got to say, Timmy looking splendid in this Austrian sunshine. Here comes car 81 then, and he is on his way then, so he's still got this lap. This lap is still good then. Using a lot of the curbs there as he flies into turn 5 then. He's also on the medium tyres. Oh my goodness me, that car is getting very tail happy there, isn't it? It's like a happy dog, isn't it, as he went through there. And now coming over the crest hill as well then. Let's see what Timmy could do then. Look at that, I love that shot. It's absolutely fantastic. The cars just appear over the hill there, don't they? And now into the final turn as well then. Look at those trees. We're surrounded by woodlands around here. Beautiful, isn't it? Now Timmy comes into the line. He's done a 1-9-2 then. Good stuff then. We've got a Williams coming back, and that's Brown who is second. They're all on medium tyres at the moment. Sprint also on the medium tyres in third position. And we got a Toro Rosso who's just come across the line. We also got a Ferrari, and that's Hogg who is on the soft tyres. No messing around for Hogg. No messing around for Matt either. A 5-3 there for Matt. Good stuff indeed then. We got another Red Bull in the background there who's just started as well. Matt getting out of the way and letting the cars behind through. We got a Renault coming through as well, and the Renault a snap goes full fast there. Took a gamble in the first qualifying session and it paid off beautifully, didn't it? Fizzy in second position, I should say there. I'll get it right eventually. Where is the racing point of Sam? He's coming around the follow turn there, and I've got to say that car felt very hard and very heavy to go through the follow turn there. He is currently on 9th position at the moment then, and he's going to have to go around again then, isn't he? And I think then, as I just spin around everyone and I'm trying to find who is the best man. This is the best man. Here's Max there as he flies down into the second part of the lap as well then. Second 2, intermediate 2, a 45 there. Doesn't look like he's setting the world on fire at the moment, but my goodness me. Oh, wow, he was definitely setting the grass on fire with those hot tires. He went out wide there, didn't he? Max here into the final couple of corners now then. Let's see what he can do there. Oh, he's invalidated his time right on the final hurdle. hurdle there for oh, and T. Sammy's also in valet as time as well. Both the men who have come from elite is right up against it at the moment there, isn't it? They're both in valet at our times there. So against T. Sammy there has got soft tires. I'm loving this, isn't it? We've got some soft tires out there. We've got Matt Fizzy and Hog on soft tires. We've got T. Sammy on soft. We've got Maxi who's on the medium tires, along with Timmy, Sprint, Snap, and Sven, Brown, and Sam. I'm loving this mixed strategy. It's absolutely brilliant. This usually is an absolutely beautiful ingredient for what is going to be a fantastic race. Sam goes into 5th fastest. I think Sam is a driver that seems to get quicker and quicker as he goes, doesn't he? That's a scary thought, isn't it? Sam there just keeps driving and driving, doesn't he? He just finds time, doesn't he? As there's a Renault parked right in the middle of the track there. That's Harry. And oh my goodness me, that is getting very close. Harry's on an out lap. I'm thinking that Sam, I'm not sure we thought that Sam was on an in lap there, but now Sam is cruising there, and I hope that there ain't going to be no fisticuffs. No, there is not. Then good stuff. And of course we don't have any boxing matches just yet then, and I think Sam is, I'm not sure what's occurring here, and I think got a bit of gamesmanship going on, but I don't think Sam is too impressed with what's occurred there, I'd say, in the oh dear, I kind of wish they just give these guys space there. I'm getting very nervous here, and I'm not even a team owner or anything. I must have been, I'm not a team owner or anything like that, but I'm just getting a bit nervous as I don't want to see any fisticuffs there. Of course, we're all friends here, aren't we? Harry there is just started on a lap now. We've also got T-Simon back in the pitch. Yellow flag in 2. Someone had a trip up the hill. Let's take a look. Brown there is looks like he's just recovering from something. So he's on his way now on the Williams. Harry there is on a lap, but he is not got DRS. I wonder if his DRS has failed. That is going to lose an almighty amount of time there for Harry. So that's not good at all, is it? He's gone fast in the first sector. I don't think that purple is usually the fastest of everyone there. But of course I don't believe that trap map anymore, because I think it's told me lies in the past, and I'm quite a gullible person. But unfortunately there, I don't think Harry's the fastest out there, unless he's got literally no rear wing on that at all, which I'll be very impressed if he's got no rear wing on that. He can still steer through the turns. I think that with no DRS there, that's really put Harry on the back foot here, isn't it? Which is unfortunate. Remember, Harry hoping on to build on a fantastic race result back in France there. It's a brilliant race, wasn't it? 10th edition. He got 10 points. Of course, he was 5th, wasn't he, in France there? Brilliant drive there from Harry. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Time is ticking down. We're halfway through this session then. And Maxi, T. Sammy, Roscoe, and Asdog all on set top. Nor it's Toon, and nor is well, Harry has now. He's in 10th position mode, but look at that then. 4 seconds off the pace there with no DRS. Can he have DRS this time? He's gone wide. That's going to invalidate. No, that's invalidate his time there, but he's carrying on, but he's still got no DRS, and that is such a disappointing problem for Harry there, isn't it? Lucas is back in the frame, everyone, and Lucas there, of course, is watching from spectator mode, isn't it? It's basically like having, if anyone remembers Sky Digital, of course, where you can press the red button and you can have like multi screens and stuff like that. So I think that's what Lucas wants. He just wants to have a different vantage point, doesn't he, on the cars as well? He wants to he probably wants to ride on board then with his team of team drivers, which is of course the Ferrari team, and we're right on board with his team at the moment there, and that is Toon Fan, and Toon Fan is coming up to the line now, and where does he go? He's on the soft tires. He goes third fastest. Toon is looking very strong right here, I've got to say. Max is on a lap as well. Roscoe's on a lap as well. So is T. Sammy. They're coming thick and fast now, everyone. Hold on to your hats, everyone. And we'll be going down in turn 4 then. Sam is Sam was unhappy with Harry there. As it looks like Sam then got held up quite dramatically there for Harry, and I thought there was a bit of shenanigans going on there. They're on board with T. Sammy there, with the traditional green helmet there, isn't he? And T. Sammy there is coming up and over the crest of the hill there. And as we're going into the final couple of corners there as well. Look at the corner. I thought he was going to go straight on there, but T. Sammy there, brave rushing like Timmy has gone fastest on 04. T. Sammy has gone second fastest. Oh, this is looking good, isn't it? Oh, I'm rubbing my hands of glee here. Roscoe's on the left. Here comes Max there, coming over the crest of the hill into turn 9 now. Doesn't want to go too far over the curve, then turn 10 as well. And look at that, brilliant stuff within track limits there. And Maxi slots in at second position there. And well, it's quite close, isn't it? For a second there between the two, between Timmy and Maxi. Beautiful 70. He's I think someone's just gone to fifth there. It's Roscoe. My apologies, Roscoe. I got distracted there. Matt is on the lap at the moment, so Matt has started. Then who else out there at the moment? We're going to go on board there with Matt, shall we? We're on board the Red Bull driver as well. Going into turn 1 then, and he is accelerating the way now. And so he has got DRS. Harry hasn't at the moment, so hopefully Harry can get that problem rectified, and we'll be going, and hopefully we can get that that problem rectified, and he'll be away then. I've got to say, I'm starting at the moment. I feel like Scatman, and coming out of turn 3 then. Of course, if anyone doesn't know who Scatman is, then gosh, I feel old as hell. So there's Matt coming down then into turn 4, and as you can see, it's very downhill braking point, isn't it, into turn 4 as well. Anyone is tuned in there, expecting to see the race there coming up imminently. Of course, a bit of a late start there as the Codemasters wants us to enjoy the scenery of Austria a bit too much there. I gotta say, I quite enjoyed the picturesque of the pictures of the picturesque Austrian Grand Prix. It was beautiful scenery there, wasn't it? Yellow flags in a very dangerous part of the track there. Of course, the track map is on the right hand side, and I feel about keeping it to the limits there, and he has got up the third fast there, very close to his teammate, and Red Bull Toro Rosso looking good there, isn't it? Don't forget Timmy there in the McLaren, he is squeezing in there as well. Brilliant stuff then. Sam is back out and trying to mount Hog. Oh, look at that, getting very waggy there on the rear. He comes into the line. Hog is 3/10 of a second down there. Sam is just starting this up as well in the racing point. So is Sven as well. Where is Sven? Oh, Sven's about it. It's time then. Snap is retired from the session, so that's the first retiree. No, sorry, the first man to drop out of qualifying there, unfortunately then. So that's a shame there for Snap then. Here comes Sam then, of course, as I said then, the more Sam goes around, the quicker he gets then. So, of course, Snap... Oh, sorry, Sam was a very good in France there. Fantastic stuff in France there. Really showing some incredible speed then. Let's see what he's doing in the in this his second race then. Here in IRC, of course, the Austrian Grand Prix. Round 9 out of 21 already. That's 5/10 of a second. Up there from Sam. Goodness gracious me then. This is going to be a very good time indeed. He's going to slot himself right in the middle of the top 10 then. The guys in the pits road. Luckily then, this circuit is so short you can reply. There's still 3 minutes on the board then. Here comes Sam coming up to the line, and he goes into 6th fast then in the racing point. Cracking lap there from Sam. Really good stuff there. Here comes Brown on the pits. Look how tight that pit entry is there. Sorry, the pit exit there is really tight indeed then. Here comes Harry then. Has Harry got DRS? He has got DRS this time. Lovely shot there. I'm loving that shot. Oh, that's a cracking shot, isn't it? They need to use that a bit more, I reckon there. I'll use that as my screensaver as it come down the hill then. As you see them come down the hill, then we come up the hill again before dropping down once again. Break in just before the 50-meter board, and remember that's a bit of a gradient there as well, isn't it, going into turn 4? So that's incredible. These the brake horsepower on these Formula 1 cars is absolutely astounding, isn't it? And it's Harry there is just coming through the second intermediate now, and he is 4.144 seconds up. Then this is a much more representative time as well. There's a race. As a Mercedes there just abandoning us up in the second set there. A very perilous zone that is there, isn't it? Between turn 5 and 6. And once again, Harry, just like Matt, so close there on the enter. Harry is in 7th position. Fantastic from car 85. Brilliant stuff there from the Renault driver. And getting out of the way there into turn 1. And heels us have to go to a standstill. And once again, it's Sam behind there. I've got to say that I think these guys could have some fisticuffs after this, don't they? Timmy, sorry, is just retired from the session, and Sprint is just starting his lap as well. Then Brown is starting. Oh my goodness, there's a Ferrari there just coming out of nowhere. Sprint now starting his lap as well. So here we go then, thick and fast action. 2 minutes to go then in this session. This is going to be very good indeed then. So we're watching Sprint then. Let's see then, we've got a racing point also starting its lap as well. I think that's us. Like you see, there's cars going to be here, there, and everywhere, because it's a short circuit as well. You can't trip over can't trip over these cars, can't you? So you've got to be very cautious as well. Tune is back out and try then. They're all on the soft tires. Oh, I'll rub my hands with glee here, aren't they? It's so they're all going for the soft tire then, and they're just going to go out and out for it, aren't they? This pit lane ain't too long, I don't think, is it? It's a very long pit exit. You've got to be careful on the pit exit there. You can do a Gerhard Berger there and just crash coming out of the pits. He did that, I think, at S3 93, wasn't it, or something like that. One of he had cold tires on it. He just spun it, didn't he? Berger did. I think that was the cause anyway. Toon Fan going up in the third fast then. Good stuff indeed then. Just taking a look to see what's going on behind them. We've got Williams there of Brown, and Brown has got up to 6 fast. It's good stuff for Brown. We got a Alfa Romeo Sven there who's not improved then. We got a Mercedes of Sprint going up into a very decent 6th position. He comes back and he's come back and he's on fire. The Mercedes driver is brilliant stuff. Yellow flag in 1. I think it's just a Brown there cruising. Here comes Alstock. Remember, Alstock is 4th in the championship. No, 3rd in the championship. My apologies. 3rd in the championship. And he comes up to the line and Alstock. Oh my goodness me! Alstock's right on the limit now. He is done. He is done. Alstock is out qualified. That's a huge upset there from the man who's 3rd. Oh no, that's not going to talk there from Alstock. Oh, what a shame there for the man who's 3rd in the championship. He is out qualified. We have lost Alstock and Snap there. Sven there. He is 2 tenths of a second down. Well, Fizzy's also in trouble as well. Harry is on the cusp. Sam is also out there as well, but he's 4 seconds down. This is going to get very tense indeed. And 009 Harry is said. He is so close. He's on the edge of the limit and more. Here comes Sven there coming through the final turn. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. There's the checker flag flaring. And Sven is still 13th then. What about Fizzy? Fizzy is in the drop zone at the moment then. That's deep. We got some big names there really struggling at this stage. Here comes Fizzy. Oh, he's gone tail happy. Is it too much? Let's take a look. No, it's not. He is in at 6th position. Fantastic stuff, Ben. What about Harry? Harry is in 11th position in the end then. So Harry unfortunately is out qualifying. Brown is in the pits from 8th position. Sprint is coming through in 7th position as well then. Wow, what a qualifying. Fantastic in the end there. Unfortunately, we have lost some major names in that qualifying session. Listen to the caliber of drivers that have been knocked out of this qualifying 2 session. We have lost Harry. We have lost Hogg, Sven, Snap and Asdog. All out of qualifying 2 then. Into qualifying 3. We have Timmy, Maxi, Toon, Matt, T, Sammy, Fizzy, Sprint, Brown, Roscoe and Sam. Once again, Sam in qualifying 2. 2 races in a row. Brilliant time indeed there. Toon is very happy with his 3rd position. Rightly so. Absolutely brilliant stuff. So this qualifying 3 is going to be fantastic, isn't it? Oh, buckle up everyone. This is going to be great. So there's the end of qualifying 2 then, and let's just round off who's been knocked out of qualifying 2 then. So on the 6th row of the grid for the race coming up in about 15 minutes time is Harry and Hogg, and then we got 13th and 14th is Sven and Snap there, and Asdog unfortunately down in 15th. I only got 1 run and it didn't go according to plan there for Asdog, and unfortunately he'll be sitting on the sidelines there for qualifying 3. Wow, that's an incredible caliber of drivers that have been knocked out of qualifying 2 then. We're going into qualifying 3 then in just a few moments time then. Of course, I think one of my best races I did here actually was, I remember Asdog saying that we had a big old smash here. I think it was in season 5, I think it was. There was a big first corner collision there. And there's all sorts of shenanigans going on, and I remember my start was absolutely epic. Best start I've ever done, so yeah, loud and proud on that one. Unfortunately, my strategy didn't go too well, and I think I finished about, probably DNF'd actually. So, story of my life really, isn't it? Anyway, as we're coming into qualifying 3, Timmy has been a naughty boy, and he is out of qualifying for his misdemeanors in France there. So Timmy there is unfortunately not going to be able to take part in qualifying 3 there. So that's a huge shame for us, isn't it, as fans? Because I reckon that Timmy was definitely one of the guys that would be going for pole position today, wasn't it? In terms of the people then that can get pole position, then T. Sammy has had 2 pole positions this season. So has Roscoe, who's had a pole position in France. Brilliant stuff, wasn't it? And Matt has also had 2 pole positions then. So as you can see, the 2 Red Bulls there are very keen to get out there, aren't they? Sprint is the first man out on track at the moment then in the Mercedes and car 93 then. Sprint has come back with a bang, isn't he, in the Mercedes, and good stuff indeed to see Sprint right up there. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As we're just on board Sprint then, I think he's got a new helmet as well. I'm loving that helmet. Oh, I love it. I love a bit of chrome there, isn't it? Of course, that for some reason it reminds me of Montoya. I think it's just the colours are actually. I don't think the design is like Montoya, far from it, but I think it's just the colours of the chrome with the blue and the red. And so, yeah, I'm loving that. Hats off there to Sprint. I love that. And I do love it. I do love a nice helmet on board Sprint. As he's just on out at the moment, just preparing the car, getting himself ready to get going as well. That side view, that looks nothing like one tourist helmet now, does it? But I was just thinking about the colours there before. But yeah. Anyway, Sprint now is just about to get started. The beauty about this qualifying session around here, then, we got 12 minutes. I reckon some cars might have 3 runs at this then, which is great stuff indeed, isn't it? Sprint now is the first man to set a time then, and he's got a lot of time in the piggy bank, hasn't he? If something does go a bit wrong then, he flies through turn 1 as well. And oh, there's a car coming on track then. That's one of the Toro Rossos then. I think that's T. Sammy in the green helmet. It is indeed then. Sprint is on his way up into turn 3 as well. Of course, if I remember, it's the 2002 Austrian Grand Prix, which I think you do for that Ferrari debacle. But if anyone remembers that scary accident between Sato and Heifert, Heifert lost the rear then and went shunted into the back of Sato in quite phenomenal speed there as well. I remember when the car drivers being carried out of their cars. That was a frightening old incident there, wasn't it? Back in 2002 then. And there's a Toon there saying, finally showing some pace around somewhere. I gotta say, Toon has shown flashes of speed as a sprinter. I thought he was going the wrong way then. Sprint would never go the wrong way. He knows exactly where he's going, doesn't he? Yeah, the Toon saying that he shows. I think the Toon has shown some flashes of speed there, hasn't he? He's just been very unlucky. Can he get through to the race? Can he score some points for Ferrari? That is the question. Sprint there is on a 5:05 3:32 then. It's a good stuff there from Sprint. Some Sprint, I should say. We got a Red Bull, and that is Matt, who's on pole position so far. And what about his teammate? Maxi is in the pits, and so something's gone wrong for Maxi, and he's going to have another bite of the cherry. Roscoe's out there straight away then, and let's see what he can do then on the Toro Rosso. Coming over the crest of the hill then, flicking it into turn 9 then, before throwing it into turn 10. There he is, and look at him. Oh, he's over the curve. He's fine. He's fine. He is on third position at the moment then for Roscoe then, and that was a bit anticlimactic, wasn't it? Here comes Sam in the car 19 in the racing point then. Wow, look at him flying through turn 10. Let's see what Sam can do, and he is on an outlap, so that was also anticlimactic as well then. T. Sam is invalidating his time in the Toro Rosso. That's not good at all. We got Brown and Maxi in the pits, but we've also got Fizzy and Toon in the pits as well, as they're just chilling out then. So first round of times is gone then. We've been about 4 minutes into the session, and only 3 men have been put a post-a-day time on the board, so to speak, so far. Matt is on pole position then. Potentially could get a hat-trick of pole positions today. Will not be his third of the season. Brilliant stuff there from Matt there. Really showing he's an accomplished qualifier, isn't he? He's also in second position at the moment there, isn't he? In the championship as well. And T. Sammy had a bit of a horror show in France, didn't he? But so did Matt as well. So really the top two there didn't really. So unfortunately, Matt couldn't really eat into T. Sammy's lead there, unfortunately, because of the problems he had there as well. You can into Roscoe coming in the pits now. T. Sammy's going around again. Then look at the sunshine. The sunshine is absolutely baking the asphalt here in Austria. Brilliant, isn't it? I gotta say, I might go out there and have a tan there, but unfortunately, I'm ginger. I don't want to be cooked there, because I look like a tomato, or maybe a lobster is actually more keen there, isn't it? Really, flying and coming into the second sector as well. And here comes T. Sammy there, flying and over the crest of the hill. Then let's see. Then he's got 2 more turns to go now. Let's see, here he goes, and back on board there with the championship leader. He's in the final turn as well, and that is absolutely inch perfect there. I thought I was invalidated. No, it's not. Look at that, 400ths of a second separates T. Sammy and Matt. My goodness me. Wow, if you lined them up side by side, you wouldn't be able to see by the naked eye who would be in front. That is absolutely stupendous, isn't it? Incredible stuff. So close together, isn't it? Sam is just trying to get out of it about there. I think he was just letting Maxi by there. Sam was on a lap there. Well, it looked like he was on a lap there, so I think that he's just trying to do a bit of Horace, then. So I wonder if Sam's coming in the pits or not then. At the moment, no one's on a fast lap. I don't know, as a T. Sammy there is just on an in lap then. After that incredible time, he's on the front row of the grid at the moment. T. Sammy is sprinting for a position. Fantastic stuff for Sprint. Remember, in Australia, Sprint there qualified it in a very good, I think it was 4th position, wasn't it? If my mind is right there, which I highly doubt it is. But we'll find out. Well, I would find out, but I might find out later on tonight. Anyway, is that Sam then does a 20.543 then. Oh, he's invalid this time straight away then. It just shows, doesn't it, that this track is so brutal. It bites you, doesn't it? On board with Maxi then is Max there starting to build up his championship chance now, isn't he? Remember the first couple of races, he didn't really get off to a good start. His first 2 races in the season, he had DNFs, didn't he? But Monaco, Canada, and France, he's been on the podium 2 of those 3 races. In Canada, he finished 4th. So, oh, and I think he got a bit on the loud pedal there, didn't he? And the car was going into the barrier there. But yeah, Maxi there's really been improving, hasn't he? And he's now starting to really show a championship charge there. Let's see what he can do at the moment. At the moment, his teammate, his Red Bull teammate, is on pole position. This will be Maxi's first pole position in IRC Super, if he can get it, if he can clinch it here tonight then. This is the final quarter then. Let's see what he can do then as he comes through the final turn now. Here we go then. Look at the time on the left hand side, sorry, right hand side. It's pole position then. Max is on pole position then on a 4.806. Brilliant stuff there. What about Matt then? Can Matt respond? He's 2/10 of a second up. He's in the ballpark. Here he comes now then. Let's see what he can do then. The time is there. It's just so close. It's incredibly close there. 100th of a second separates the cars. Not even that there. I can't even work it out. It's so close. Fizzy goes over the 3rd fastest. Fizzy there, right on the money there. Remember his qualifying performances this season have been incredible. That is why he's fighting for position, fighting up in the championship, isn't it? His racecraft last season was second to none, but this season, with him also being in the right place on the grid, he is really showing some speed there, isn't he? Fantastic stuff from Sam. Now as Sam is dropping down then into the second sector now then. Let's see what he can do then. He's done 3 laps on these soft tires. I wonder if it'd be worth him coming back in the pits, throwing on a new set of boots and going again then. Has he got the soft tires available then? The guys have just completed that, so Matt, Fizzy and Maxi, they do have time to come in the pits there, throw on a new set of tyres and go out again. That is the beauty of this circuit. It's so short, isn't it? It's fast and furious around here. We've got 35 laps to come in just a few moments time then. So yeah, keep with us guys. The race is coming up imminently. We're just a bit late tonight. Oh, Sam's so close there to invalidate his time, and once again they're right at that line there. That is incredible, and that's a better time for Sam there, slotting in between T Sammy and Sprint. Beautiful 17 then. Toon there is always invalidated his time straight away there for Toon has. So he's going to have to go again. Sam is retired from the session. I don't think he's got enough soft tyres there. So that's a shame that Brown there is just getting himself warmed up and ready to go. He hasn't set a time yet, nor is Toon. Toon was on the lap there, but he's coming in the pits. They're on board then with Brown then, as he is just getting himself warmed up and ready to go in the Williams. Lovely shot there, isn't it? Look at that then. It's so bright out there, you can hardly tell it was a Williams of that shot, can you? So, you know, here we go then. So Brown then is on the lap now then. Let's see what the Williams driver can do then. In the rocket, Williams as he climbs up the hill then into turn 1 then. Of course, he's reminiscent of Austin, even though Austin is slightly, yeah, I think it turns the other way, Austin does. And also it's a little more steeper, so probably not reminiscent at all, really, was it? So Brown there coming up into turn 2 then. And of course the tightest turn on the circuit. Look at that! Then 40 miles an hour, Brown. Once he had to correct the car halfway through the halfway through his turning circle as well. There. So that might have lost him a bit of time there. Tuner's also on a lap at the moment as well. Maxi's back out on the track with 2 minutes to go in this session. We've also got T Sammy out there as well, trying to improve his time as well. This is getting very tasty indeed. Where's T Sammy? T Sammy is 3,000 of a second up then in the final sector. Let's see what he can do then. My goodness me, just a cracking on board foot. Just here he is, and wow, look at him flying through the screen there. And let's see what he can do. He is full fast at 69 hundredths of a second quicker there. Wow, that man is right on the limit there. It really is incredible stuff. Oh, Brown's in front of his time on the last corner. He's got to go around again there. 45.325 there for Toon in the second sector then. He has got 2 more turns to go then. Yellow flag then is one of the Alfa Romeos just got away then. 1.5 minutes to go in this session then. Everyone is out on track then. And Toon has gone wide there, but he's still on course. What does Toon go? He's going third faster, and that's his best qualifying performance of IRC so far. Cracking stuff indeed then. Maxi has started us out then. Maxi's gone purple at the final sector. Good indeed then. Oh, flinging through turn 1 then. Let's see what he can do then. And now then as he's powered away, and there's a Ferrari just in front of us of a Toon now. And I think it's Toon going for another lap out there. Hopefully Hopefully he can get out of Max's way. And Max is currently our provisional pole sitter, isn't he? T. Sammy is still out on track at the moment there. I wonder if he's harvesting and going again then. Let's take a look, see what he's doing. He's at the moment, he's going again then, T. Sammy is. So good stuff indeed then. It's great to have all these big guns out. Let's try and get to the Toon there. It's in the gravel trap there, isn't he? So unfortunately for Toon there, really he has got enough time to go through it again now, hasn't he? As he's well over halfway through there, back on board there with Maxi then. It's just such a short blast this track is, isn't it? It's incredible stuff. I only felt like a minute ago that he was starting his lap, but he's almost finished it now, isn't he? Just over a minute to go, that final corner now. Let's see what he can do. Wow, just in track limits as well. Here he is he improved? He's improved by a tenth of a second. He's on pole position still by 0.462. 7. Brilliant stuff indeed then. We got a Mercedes out there, a sprint there. There's Toon there, just get out of the way. Toon ain't gonna make it to the line, unfortunately. Max is retired from the session. That's kind of a mic drop, isn't it? Let's see if it's too early though. Sprint is coming to the line. He is 6 fast there for sprint now. Good stuff indeed then. What about T. Sammy? Here he comes then. This is the final corner now then. Let's see what he can do then. Look at this. He's almost out of deployment there. So he comes onto the line. Is it enough? It is on his second at the moment. Fizzy there is fourth then. Wow, how close that. Here comes Matt. He's been on pole position 3 times. What about Roscoe? I think Roscoe's done, is he? Roscoe's not done. I'm lying. He's 3 tenths of a second up. Where's Roscoe? Roscoe goes 5th fastest. Matt then is coming to the line. There's all or nothing for Matt. Is he gets it? He's on pole position. Here's the 3rd pole position of his season. Fantastic stuff back from Matt. What a pole position there. Absolutely incredible. Well, fantastic stuff there from Matt. And look at that. Look at that. The top 3, less than a tenth of a second there. The Red Bulls then owning the Red Bull ring here tonight. Matt is on pole position. That's his 3rd pole position of the season. Brilliant stuff. He robbed Maxi of getting his 1st pole position of the season and of IRC. Well, but he is on the front row nonetheless. Oh, it's going to be good into turn 1, isn't it? T. Sammy is in 3rd position then for the Toro Rosso team. Fizzy in 4th in the end. He's the meat in the Toro Rosso sandwich there. With Roscoe in 5th position there. 6th position is Toon there. He was disappointed with that in the end there, and I was taking too long there, wasn't I? with the grid, with the top 10 there. As Steve said that, Toon said that I'm disappointed at that. Sam said he spun it turn 1. And Toon also said, damn it. But to be 6th position and disappointed with that, my goodness me, that means that you've come a very long way in a short space of time. Brilliant stuff, really is then. As Toon just said, he sweated hard, and I got to say, I was sweating hard as well. Oh. So we're coming up to the race now as well, and look at this once again. It's an absolutely beautiful sunny day here in Austria, but don't let that fool you. There might be rain on the horizon there. I don't know anything about the weather. Usually the drivers usually straight in there straight away and telling me about the weather forecast. Well, Jonathan Cox used to be, of course, remember, the former super driver before, getting her to the elite there, getting his first podium as well last night for elite there. So hats off to Jonathan there. Great stuff indeed then. Anyway, we're going for the formation lap. We've got 19 cars on this beautiful Austrian circuit, and you can see that we got a mixture. We got all 3 compounds of tires there on the cars then, and let's go through the grid, shall we, from front to back. I haven't got long to do this, so no waffling this time. Sean, sort it out. So on pole position for the 3rd time this season is Matt, and brilliant stuff there from Matt. Absolutely fantastic stuff right at the end there. He grabbed it from Maxi. That would have been Maxi's first pole position of his career, but Matt there stole it from under his nose cone. 3rd position there is T. Sam, the championship leader there. He is in 3rd then. Fizzy in 4th position there. Let's see what he did. Roscoe in 5th. 6th position is Toon. Brilliant stuff for Toon there. Sprint right in the mix there in 7th position. Sam in 8th position there with Brown in 9th. And Timmy will qualifying band slightly outplaced in 10th position. Let's see if he can fight through the field then. All the top 10 are on the soft compound tyres. 11th position is Harry then. He is on the medium tire then, and he has a fresh set of mediums as well. 12th position is Hog then. 13th position is Sven, also on the medium tire. Snap in 14th with Asdog in 50th position. I feel Asdog's out of position as well in the racing point. PB is on the soft tires in the Williams there. In 16th position there. Medium tires for Double in 17th. 18th is JJ. He had a crack in French Grand Prix in car 15. He is 18th medium tires. And Steve Penny is in 19th position on the hard tires. And Maxi there, Toon was inside Maxi there, which, well, we are passing on the clock now anyway. Enough about that. We're ready to get racing then here around Austria. We're on board with Penny then as well then. This is going to be great stuff indeed then. The first couple of corners around Austria is absolutely perilous to say the least then. We have 9 cars. A beautiful fence here. I gotta say, that is an Austrian fence, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic workmanship there, isn't it? Anyway, enough about that. We got 36 laps around the Austrian Grand Prix. My world as well then. And we are just waiting to get going now then, as I am just flicking. There it is then. We got 5 sets of lights. Come on. When they go out, we'll be racing Austria. There's a pause. Go! Oh, and Matt's out of the pole and start. Max is already free already. Oh, he's out of a terrible start for the Red Bull driver. Oh, look at this. Roscoe's gone around the outside. Oh, contact. That's a Renault. Renault and Ferrari have gone into each other. Oh, there's an appalling start. A terrible start for the Ferrari and the Renault there as they've come into each other. Harry, I think, was trying to go on the inside there of the. Oh, my goodness me. Ross is on the inside. Matt's on the inside. There's contact between Toon and Matt there. And now Matt there is the pole there is down the 4th position on the pole inside. We got a drag race. T. Sammy leads the race. We got 4 cars. And Ballin in the bunch then. Roscoe is on the outside. Mine's gone over the wall. Oh my goodness me. There's all sorts of crashing going on. A 5-second penalty for Roscoe. And Sammy's out of the race then. They've gone into each other. Virtual safety car. Sammy's out of the Austrian Grand Prix. There is JJ run off the track there as well. Oh my goodness me. This has gone appallingly wrong so quickly here in Austria. Oh my goodness me. Oh dear, Penny there. I think Matt there has had a appalling start to this race, hasn't he? And he's damn, that is a lot of damage on the Red Bull there. Virtual safety cars out there, and they got a deer to a speed limit. It is Snap, I apologise. I think it was Snap and Hog actually, not Toon and Harry, so my apologies on that. Into the pits there comes Snap then, so Snap is in the pits, and we've got pit activity then. Hog in the pits then. We've got Hog in the pits, Snap in the pits. We got Timmy in the pits as well. There's a lot of action going on then. Out of the race is JJ. JJ's been disqualified from the race, and JJ got disqualified in Monaco as well, so I think he got the most disqualifications in IRC perhaps, well, especially this season anyway. So out of the pits comes the Ferrari now then, and oh my goodness me then, so yellow flag in 3 then. We're back racing again then. Maxi is leading. 2nd position is T. Sammy. Toon is over the 3rd position. Toon's had a fantastic race out of he's got Fizzy for company. I think this is the battle for 3rd and 4th position then. Then we have got Sprint in 5th position. Brown, Sven, Harry is on the outside of Alstog on the inside of Paybe in that 10th position. Double in 11th position with Penny in 12th position then as well then. So they've come out the pits then, and we're back going again then. Well, Matt, unfortunately, the pole sitter is down 14 positions, down 12 positions. Roscoe as well. Alstog is gone. Oh, who is that? That's Alstog. That's Sven. JJ's left the session. Sven is just trying to spin back around. He spun it on turn 10 there. And oh my goodness me, double there. It's and Penny going through as well then. So Sven going the one way around there. So that's not good at all then. So Alstog's got by Harry and moved up into 8th position then. So good stuff there for Sven then. Fizzy there is just dropping back and well then. Look at the bow then. It's 4/10 of a second, 5/10 of a second between T. Sammy and Maxi. That is the battle for the lead then. Then we got Toon and Fizzy in 3rd and 4th position then. Yeah, Matt has dropped down 14 positions there. Dropping down also 11 positions is Roscoe. Biggest winners, and that was definitely also. He's up 8 positions already. Same with Penny. Fantastic stuff there. But what an awful first lap there. Absolutely smashing stuff there. Not as Sven there has just got by Penny. Penny dropping down into 12th position there in the Mercedes then. And just taking a quick look then to see what's occurring out there at the moment then. So Asdog is just by Harry then, and is on his way, and I've just knocked the telemetry off in my excitement then. PB is now starting to catch on Harry at the moment. Remember, PB is on the soft tires. I'm going to keep an eye on this battle here, because this is the battle at the moment then. Maxie's got a 7/10 of a second gap at the moment over T Sammy in second position there. Remember, Maxie has not won a race yet in Super, but my goodness me, he can win it today, can he? Fizzy and Toon are battling for third and fourth position there. Can Toon now? Hopefully Toon keep his connection as well. He has dropped out of the session earlier on there, doesn't he? Hopefully he can keep in there at the moment then. T Sammy is all over the back of Maxi like a rash at the moment there in the front there. Remember, T Sammy wasn't meant to race tonight, as he was meant to have dinner, but luckily for us, he is racing, isn't he? And he's produced us some fantastic battling wheel to wheel, and PB is in front of Harry and moved up into 8th position. PB is flying for the field at the moment, isn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed there. Roscoe set the fast lap of the race. He is way down in the 16th position at the moment there. He's on the soft tires, and so is Matt as well. Snap went on the hard tires in the pit stop. Timmy on the medium tires. Hog also went on the soft tires as well. That is the crux of it all in the pit action as well, and they are starting to spread out slightly at the moment. On board then with T Sam at the moment, as he is just dropping back slightly, but these two, and where's Fitty gone? Whoa, he is off to Germany. I think it is. My geography ain't too good there, but I think it's Germany or Switzerland perhaps. And so we're going on back on board there with Fizzy going up in the turn one. Now the DRS has been enabled. It's been enabled for a couple of laps actually, hasn't it? I think so. Fizzy is not using DRS at the moment, which is interesting stuff. He should be within the DRS window, but yeah. Oh, now he's using it, but I think he used anyway. That was a pretty poor camera angle there, wasn't it, to really see if he was used or not. But you can see now look at this, we're feeling very slippery now, aren't we? And T Sammy is also close to the battle, but Fizzy goes on the outside. Toon is breaking, but he's going to go on the outside. Toon is even just about cars whip there. Good race in there, but Toon is left the door. He's left a Fizzy size door, but unfortunately couldn't get through there. That's a very difficult place to overtake there, isn't it? And we're back. Oh, very waggy there out of turn 8 there. And now then, as we're coming over the crest of the hill as well, and look at this, and these two are very close together. Is it? This is the battle for the podium. 3 seconds back at the moment is the Mercedes are sprinting, and there's the leader. So that's first and second. Fizzy's got to try again then, and I think it's the understeer there, isn't it, on the Alfa Romeo, as we got yellow flag. A snap air is oh, he's damaged. That's a bit of rudder wing, I think, but I'm not sure if that's I think that is a bit of that's fresh Renault wing, isn't it? And unfortunately for Snap there, so he's damaged the car again, and he was near the back end with Snapwood, so not a good start then on his return to racing after a couple of weeks out then. So that's a shame now for Snap then. Simon's just put a comment in just to like go over what happened in the early stages. Then we'll cover to that in a minute, babe, because here comes Asdog on the back of Brown. Then Brown is whoa, look how close it got. Asdog up the inside. He is into turn 4, sorry, and now then he's on his way. Brown was having a look, but Asdog was already on his way, and he's up to 6th position. Asdog is having an incredible start to this lap 6. He was 15th on the grid. He is up to 6th. He's done 9 positions already in this race. Fantastic start there from Asdog. Brilliant stuff so far from the Racing Point driver. Brilliant indeed. Then T Sammy is on board then with the championship leader. He is 3/10 to a second back at the moment. He's had a very good day so far. T Sammy has hats off. Congratulations to T Sammy. We're on board with him now then, as he is now gaining on the max. And this is the battle for the lead here in Austria, here in IRC season 7 Super. Brilliant stuff then. And who is going to be the victor of the Super race here in Austria as well? Hog is also gaining on Penny as well. That is going to be an interest, and Hog's already through. Penny, remember, it's on the hard tire. Yellow flag in at 3. What's occurring in 3? Just taking a look. What it was gone in an instant there. It was gone in the flash, so to speak, wasn't it? As just keeping on this battle. Let's just take a look. Sam said Matt crashed into me to avoid, but nowhere to go. Got stuck on the track, and someone goes straight into me. Congrats there. So Sam, they're not. I don't think it's too happy there. And a yellow flag in 1 and 2 there. I'm just taking a look to see what's going on out there. Steve is just recovering there, but I couldn't see what was going on there. But yeah, there was a yellow flag out there somewhere. Harry is now coming up to the back of PB. One of those soft tires have now passed their best set already. And T Sammy, they're really pushing there, isn't he? I wonder if these tires start to overheat as well. Coming up to the back of Harry, I'm sorry, Team Fizzy is coming to the back and Sam's left session there. Very disappointed there. Sam was looking very good. 2 races that he's gone into the top 10. Oh, and PB's got wide. That is going to let Harry through, isn't it? It is indeed. Harry is through and up into. There's snap there, just getting lapped then. And Harry's up into 8th position then. He is now in between the 2 Williamsons there. So yeah, well done to Harry then. Back through and back up into 8th position then. Fizzy's now also coming to the back of Toon as well then. So at the moment then, let's take stock then. Lap 8 then out of 36 then. Maxi leads, T Sam in second. This is the battle for the lead. Look at them then. There's Red Bull followed by Toro Rosso. Nip and tuck then. Toon and Fizzy third and fourth. Again, just under a second between those 2 great bars. Got a bit of a gap now formed between those Fizzy and Sprint. 4th and 5th then. 3 seconds in between, and then another 3 seconds between Sprint and Asdog. Brown and Harry and PB in the next group. Then we got double at 10th position. Fantastic stuff. Hog is coming back through the field like a hot knife through butter. Hog is. He's flying through actually, and he is right on the back, right on the gearbox then of Sven. And this is the battle for 11th 12th position. They're not in the punch just yet. Timmy is 6 seconds back then. Lovely shot here from the side part of the Ferrari. Matt 14th, 15th, Roscoe, Penny 16th, Snap is in 17th position. We got 2 retirements. Sam and JJ both out of the race already. Harry is gone. Harry is gone. He's damaged the car. That's not good at all there for Harry. He is, I'm not sure what's happened, but he's damaged the car and he has lost a lot of time. That's a lot of that's a lot of damage as well then. So that's a shame for Harry then. He was having a strong race in 8th position. He's dropped down to 9th and PP is back past him. Both Williamsons are right in the mix at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed there for the Williams drivers then. So very far, as I said, both Williams drivers have been a bit unlucky so far this season, but can they strike now? Star and so Max has got a 3-second penalty that might pay dividends later on in this race there, as of course penalties around here, 3-second penalties around here because it's such a short track. The results are going to be quite close together towards the end there, so that might be a huge problem there for Max then. And look at the huge problem that Hog's got there. The car is understeering there and doubles past Harry as well. Harry's going to have to come to pits then on the medium tires. It's not good at all there, is it? For Harry. Fizzy's on the outside now, coming up into turn 2. It's going on the outside. There's contact. Fizzy's through. He's up. He's past the Ferrari and he's moved up in the front position. Is the Ferrari going to come back up? He's got DRS. Harry is back through. Harry's in the pits and now it's Toon. Oh my goodness, that's a long way back, but he's very controlled. That's very much under control. Wow, I think I got to say, brilliant stuff. Great bravery for Fizzy there, as I would have probably jumped out of the way there, but Toon knew exactly what he was doing. Fantastic stuff. Hog, the other Ferrari, has got him in the 10th position. Sven dropping down to 11th. So Sven are out of the points then. So now has Fizzy got the pace then? Can he get after the 2 front men, which are battling tooth and nail for the lead of this race then? And how much is it? I thought Fizzy's got a 3-second penalty as well. The only man in the top 3 hasn't is so far is T Sammy at the moment. Asdog, there he is then. Sprint there. They're 4 seconds away from Toon Fan at the moment. And here's Asdog. He's had a fantastic start to this race. Absolutely stupendous stuff, hasn't he? Really drove through the... we got a wrong camera angle there. Oh, it doesn't matter because Asdog's through it. Oh, Sprint there. Get on the power. He's destroyed the DRS zone. DRS there. Fizzy. And we got a yellow flag in one then. And I think it was for Sprint now. Fizzy's dropped back down. His Toon is back in front. This is incredible racing on board there with the side of Fizzy. Then look at this. He's going to go on the outside. Toon has already defended the inside. Lovely helicam shot then. Toon regains the racing line then. Fizzy is going to go up and under. Not quite. Oh, Toon getting a bit skirmish on the loud pedal again then. And these guys have now lost 6 seconds in the battle for the lead then. But I think that all these guys care about is trying to get by then as they are losing a huge amount of time then. But this is great to watch there, isn't it? It doesn't matter. Oh, Fizzy there, I think getting a bit skirmish there and almost losing the car there, isn't he? But he's got the pace at the moment there, isn't he? Toon there got past him. Oh, Toon there is again, and they're coming into the pits. Both cars are in the pits, and Fizzy doesn't want to damage the front wing, does he? So 10 laps, the soft tires are done then, and they're in the pits then. And the battle for the lead then is a little calmer than the battle for the battle for third and fourth at the moment there, isn't it? They come up the hill then once again. And Asdog is on the medium tire side, so he's going to go long to race. Hard tires for 50, hard tires for Toon as well. Then so all going on the hard tires. PB is in sixth position. Sprint now is also on the hard tires. Brown is coming in the pits there for the Williams team. He's just looking for his Williams mechanics. There they are, and they're just getting themselves ready and ready to go then. Oh my goodness me, what an incredible race so far then. It's I gotta say, I had to take a bit of air there, didn't I? Because my goodness me, 12 laps, action all the way, isn't it? What do you expect from Super? Impressive stuff, isn't it, nonetheless then. Timmy's Timmy's actually come out just behind us, Sven. And we're keeping on that action as well. And Toon found out a much better pit stop. He's actually 2 seconds in front of it's 2 seconds in front then of his rival Fizzy there. So good stuff there from Toon, really good stuff indeed then. But now he's got to the Ferrari mechanics as well, hats off. But now he's got to get by PB as quickly as possible because Fizzy been gaining. Oh, look at him, he's going to go up the inside of the turn 9 then. Let's see, where is he? They come up the hill, they're side by side. Toon is through, not quite, but with PB going off the track now, Toon has got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose his front wing, but he knows he doesn't want to lose time either. Fizzy's got it down to 7/10 of a second already. Hog is also coming up to the back of Sprint as well. My goodness me, this is starting to get very hairy and scary. He's up the inside. He is through. He passes PB and moves up into... Oh, he does it because PB is back through there on the ground. So PB is not letting him through there. They're side by side. PB has done 12 laps on these soft tires. And now I think he's going to have to admit defeat there. Look at those brake discs glowing. That's fantastic camera work there, isn't it? Now Fizzy is on his case as well. Sprint is up the inside of Double. He passes Double, moves up into 8th position there. Jog is just behind as well then. And we've also got Brown, who's also on Sven's case as well. But Sven there has gone on the pedal and he has spun it. And Matt is just in the background as well. Remember, Matt was on. Oh, it's a Hog there. No, Brown's had a problem. He's dropped down. Hog is sorry, Brown. I think I got it for Tom Lucky. It's unfortunately, I'm not sure if he was getting a warning there for. Into the pits. There comes the two. So we have got then Maxi stayed out. Into the pits is T Sammy there. So this is interesting, isn't it? Very interesting indeed. Then is Fizzy is still all on the back as PB there. It's just a pull to the left fend. Where is T Sammy? T Sammy then. And T Sammy is in third position then. So T Sammy's in third position. Long gone from these guys here. Fizzy's in fifth position now, passing PB, who's dropped down to sixth position there. We've also got Hog as well. This is incredible battle then, and now Sven is up into then it's Matt's up in the 12th position there. I'll get him right eventually. Oh, and I thought Matt was getting a bit spinny there, but he's all right to here on board Sven then as well. Then Matt there is hasn't got DRS there, but Sven is going to have a look up the. Oh my goodness me! And I thought that was there's contact. There's contact. Matt is gone. Matt's all right, but I think Brown's going straight on. Sven there just tapping the rear of Martin. Oh my goodness me! I thought they was going to come together then. They're coming side by side. Sven, they're getting fit. He's a bit. Oh, he's all right. And they come down into turn 4. And away they go. So good stuff indeed. The Maxi's in the pits and so responding a lap later. Is it a lap too late then for the race leader? We'll find out now. There's all sorts of action going on in the background. Let's see where he is then. No, he's already through. T Sammy has got past Maxi and moved into the de facto lead of this Austrian Grand Prix. So then the undercut did work then. Fizzy and Toon are going to regain their battle as well. I feel that's going to be a race-long battle as well then, so keep an eye on that one. Roscoe is now coming up to the back of Sven as well. Remember Roscoe, one of a few men who is coming back through the field. He's going to have a lunge. Sven giving him a bit of a tight squeeze there. Oh, and a bit of contact as well there. Sven not yielding there, is he? And really giving Roscoe a bit of a squeeze out in the turn 1 then. Not letting him by. Not an after you, sir, is it? From Sven then. But Roscoe, I feel, does have the pace advantage at the moment, even though he has been on these soft tyres for 13 laps. So, of course, all these guys are on the back foot at the moment, aren't they? We're on lap 15 out of 36 then. Sven there is once again under attack again. We've also got Brown, who's also all over the back of Matt as well. Matt's also been on quite a lot of lappage on those tyres as well. So, yeah, the guys that appeared earlier on are now starting to struggle there, aren't they, with the grip there. They're trying to get to a sensible lap. I wonder if they're going to think about going on to the medium tyres. Oztog's done 15 laps on the medium tires already. There's about 20 laps to go in this race. So as into the pits comes PB after and now Matt's in the pits. That's a very late call for the Red Bull driver, but he's in the pits then. Who is Roscoe? Roscoe's also in the pits as well then. So I'm wondering and what, that was a Williams there going off the track, and Brown is out of the race. So that's he's off the track. He retired there. We see him go on the grass on the straight there, and yeah, he's damaged the car. He's gone off. I think, I'm not sure. Safety car. So the safety car's coming out. Is this going to be a advantage there to anyone's just got the pits, and Hawk coming out just in front of Harry, and Petty there, who's done 15 laps on those tires. So Petty might potentially have a free stop here. And as a drive-through penalty for Snap there into the pits, there comes Asdog. So Asdog coming into the pits and potentially getting a free stop here. Let's see where Asdog comes out of the pits and slowing it down then to the 80 km/h speed limit. And away he goes. And let's see where he's going to come out. What tires is he going to go on? He's going to go onto the hard tires, is he? We also know Toro Rosso mechanics out of the pits. He is on the hard tires and to the end of the race, I think. He might get out in front. Look, we're waiting. There's a Ferrari in the background on Fizzy. Asdog's going to be out in front position. This is absolutely fallen into his lap there. Brilliant stuff from Asdog. So he is on the podium then. Look at that. That is actually going to break Toon's heart to see Asdog come out there. And Fizzy in 5th position as well. Sprint is back in the pits then. Sprint then is a rolling the dice. He's on the medium tires. And is that going to get him to the end? This is an interesting development there, isn't it? Timmy is going on to the medium tires as well. All these guys are going on the medium tires. What about Double? Double's on the hard tires. This is also going to help Double as well. And it's helping PB. Look at him. He's up into 6th position. Fantastic stuff from the Williams driver there. Brilliant. Sprint in 7th position. Double in 8th. Timmy in 9th position. Hog, who's just pitted there, will be out in 10th position there. This brings the first lap casualties back into it. So the likes of Matt Roscoe and all that are now back in this as well. Sven in 12th position. Roscoe in 13th. Harry in 14th. Petty in 15th. And Snap also gets a reprieve in 16th position then. Brown retired there. Coming up to turn 1 then. We sit him struggling to control the car there. I'm not sure if he got distracted or what, but it was an unusual accident there, wasn't it, for Brown? But unfortunately the Williams driver is out of the race, and that is a huge blow once again there. Brown has shown some speed, but he just can't get the points at the moment, can he? Can he, Brown? Which is a shame. He's got 10 points, which I think is definitely not nearly enough for what Brown deserves this season. Because he's especially his pace, he's been incredible. He's been in the qualifying 3 more often than not, and really probably does deserve to be much higher in the championship as well then. So at the moment, T. Sammy is leading the race. Remember, T. Sammy so far this season has been pretty good. He's had 4 race wins so far, and he's been on the podium 6 times in 8 races. So fantastic stuff for T. Sammy. He's looking good again there. Of course, pitted 1 lap earlier than Maxi and is away. But they're on the medium compound tyres, these guys. I remember they started on the soft. Were they going to get to the end on the medium tyres? I think they should, but Asdog's on the hard tyres. So is Toon and so is Fizzy. Someone's wrong, someone's right. Who is right? Who is wrong? Well, we won't find out for another 20 or so minutes in this race, as we're about half distance in this race now. We're on lap 18 out of 36, and safety car out after Brown crashed in on the pit straight there with some kind of issues, we think. Sam out of the race as well. Of course, Sam was collected in that first corner incident around here, and of course JJ also retired soon after. Well, he didn't retire, he got disqualified, didn't he? I'm not sure why he got disqualified. I didn't really see that. But unfortunate for JJ out of the race. So once again, after a very strong race in France there as well. Remember, we've had some issues on the safety car this season, haven't we? Of course, with incidents and damages and all kinds of stuff. So hopefully we won't get that here tonight. Safety car is in the end of that then. So that is the magical Simon one. Then you can see that. So T. Sammy is now the de facto safety car. He's got to slow down, control the pace, and we've already had problems. And Toon is damaged. It's gone into the back of Aston. He damaged the Ferrari. I'm not sure if he has or not. Let's take a look then. And oh, look at them all! Look at them all! It's incredible. They're like raging bulls, ready to go. And he hasn't damaged the Ferrari, so he's all good. We're back racing. Now, here we go then once again, and then look, Maxi and T-Sam have just pulled away then, and here we go then, we got yellow flags in the background. What is going on in the background there is, well, we're back racing, I apologise, Wow, look at this, oh, look at the walls, come on, look, where's a random wall off the track there? I'm not sure if that's Snap there, I think that's Snap just getting the winner. Now we've got a drag race between sprints and between Sprinting and Matt and Timmy, and Sprint is on the inside. Timmy's in the orange McLaren, on board with Timmy. PB is just in front. There's a Ferrari in the background of Hogg. Where is he? There he is. He's climbing over the curb. He's climbing over the curb. Matt just getting in front of in front of Double as well. Look at them all. Look at them all. They're just flying by the moment. Matt's up in the 10th position. PB has dropped down to 7th position at the moment. As they come down in turn 3. Matt defends his position for Double. And look who's on the outside. That's Roscoe on the outside. Fizzy's past Toon. Fizzy's past Toon and up into 4th position. And it's all chaos behind it at the moment there, isn't it? Now this is the second half of the race, then, isn't it? And is Matt there going a bit wide then, but 2 now is dropping down to 4th position. 5th, and Fizzy up in the 4th position then. Well, fantastic stuff. Max is now 4 tenths per second. There's no DRS just yet. Then, of course, we've got to wait 3 laps for that. Then the DRS, the drag reduction system, will be back in action there, won't it? And of course, then that will help aid overtaking, won't it? Back to the front then. This is it then. So Max then, he's got is he trying to strike West Irons hot 3-second penalty for Toon then, as the penalty is now starting to mount up. I think that's Toon's 2nd penalty in this race so far. On board with Max then. Look at this then. So close then. He can almost touch T Sammy there, can he? As it come out. Oh, it's Sven there and Harry are battling away. Sven is on the inside. We've also got Bouting, Roscoe and Matt. That is down. They're coming down into turn number 4 then. Look at them all there. Lionel Stern at the moment back on board then with Roscoe then. Is he going to have a lunge there? I think he's too far back, isn't he? He is indeed there for Roscoe at the moment. Of course, Roscoe and Matt then had a very difficult race here tonight, and he is unfortunately, it hasn't gone according to plan. So PB is the cork in this ball at the moment. Timmy is just kind of shot away, hasn't he, so far, as he is now 2 seconds up the road and back in the 6th position. He's now all over the back of Toon Fan for 5th. So Timmy there is also out with the safety car as well. The safety cars really helped a couple of drivers, especially Asdog, really put himself back in the game, so to speak. He's on the podium, isn't he, Asdog is? Once again, on a superb drive there from Asdog. Absolutely hats off. Timmy said the fast out of the race. He's very much flying out that moat on those new medium compound tires. That PB is now starting to become is Roscoe getting a 3-second penalty as well? T Sammy, I'm not sure what to look at. I think it's that. Look at us, we're going to have to look with the powerful lead then. Now is T Sammy is still leading the race. Oh my goodness me, they was almost coming together there. Snappers for the squad from the race then. T Sammy is 3rd, sorry, is 1st. Maxie is 2nd, he's going on the outside. No, not quite at all. PB has dropped down to 7th position then. PB has dropped down to 7th position. Sprint is through. Whoa, look at this. A lovely shot here for the wins. And look at the background. That's Martin Roscoe. Lionel Stern is right in the background. Then there's the sister teams that are really duking it out here at the moment. Toon is now all over the back of Fizz as well. This is incredible racing, isn't it? I know where to look. There they are. Oh, and Toon there got a bit wide. They're on board with Timmy then. He's there. He's good. Have a look at Toon. Oh, I'm hiding behind my pillow. No, he's all right at the moment then. And yeah, I think he might have to wait there until turn 3. Lovely shot here. Look, Timmy there. Getting a bit too tight on turn 10 there. Hogg has passed, and he's through and up into 8th for this there. PB is under pressure. He's getting attacked left, right, and centre as he's dropping down the order. Matt is going up the outside. Roscoe's on the outside as well. Fantastic manoeuvring. Brilliant 17th then. And he is away. And look at this then. It's Roscoe's gaining. You can see, look at Roscoe there. He is gaining. Snappers left possession then. And they come into the hairpin now. Oh my goodness me. Yellow flag. Toon and Fizzy have come. PB is also in there as well. Oh my goodness me. Oh, and PB is reversed. He's done a Ricardo reversed into it. Oh dear. I'm not sure what happened there, but they two are battling away, and Fizzy is dropping down the order as well. Sven is retired from the race. Brown is out as well. Brown calls the safety car, of course, that is I'm trying to catch up. T Sammy leads, Max is 2nd, Asdog 3rd, then 4th is Timmy. Timmy's having the 4th sprint 5th, Hogg is 6th then, and then I gotta say I was watching this incredible battle here, virtual safety car at the moment, as we're getting shenanigans. And Brown has left possession. DRS has been enabled then. We're back racing again, lap 23 out of 36. I don't know what happened with Fizzy and Toon now, but it looks like, I'm not sure if they came together or what, but it did look quite mysterious there, didn't it? Oh, suspicious I should say. And it's Toon there, it's in the pits then as well. So Matt, oh, he's going into the back of Hog then. And now is Roscoe as well. Sven is left possession as well. Toon is retired from the race then. Toon's, unfortunately, Toon was having such a good race there, but he's out of this race there here in Austria. What a shame that Fizzy's in the pits, PB's in the pits as well. The other two guys who was involved in that little excursion there. And what a shame for, I think Fizzy and PB probably need a safety car of some kind now. But that is a big shame as well. Toon is left possession then. And it's all gone a bit awry there, hasn't it? This battle here. Oh my goodness me! Look at the battle at the front there. It's 3/10 of a second between Maxi and T Sammy, the championship leader, of course. How could I forget him? But this is the battle I'm interested in at the moment. It's Ferrari, it's Red Bull, it's Toro Rosso, and this is 6th, 7th, and 8th for the moment then. Max just having a look there. It's trying to distract Hog more than anything else, I believe. But he can't be too distracting there because there is Roscoe behind as well. They're just following each other, aren't they? And what is it? They've got DRS as well coming up into turn 1 there. Once again, Matt just dropping out of the slipstream now. Max at the moment then is 3/10 of a second back at the moment then. So I think, oh, and look at this then. Now then we got 3 Max going on the inside. Roscoe's on the inner side then. And they're up to, oh, Roscoe, where did he go? He's gone flying off. He's flying off. He's got, oh, and Matt and Hog have come together. But they've scored. And Roscoe, there he is in the background recovering. But Roscoe, well, he was going to Switzerland there. So I think Roscoe obviously is trying to lobby for a new Grand Prix in Switzerland. As Hog there is still in the 6th position. Matt is still in 7th then. And Roscoe in 8th position then is he's dropped. Roscoe basically hasn't no harm, no foul there for Roscoe because of course said he really hasn't hurt himself or anyone else in that. So yeah, he just has to gain back up to the back there as well because he was 8th position anyway. So yeah, Roscoe was definitely going for it, isn't he? That was an all or nothing move for Roscoe, and unfortunately it didn't come off trumps in the end. Then back on board as Matt. Where's Hog? Hog is off the track and Hog is gone. Hog is gone there. That's a shame that he's trying to get back on the track. The man who's been in 6th position then. Oh, what a shame there for Hog. He's coming in the pits then. 9-lap Oda medium tyres. And what a shame for Hog. Penny's in 10th position. Fantastic stuff from Penny. Brilliant stuff then. And Hog in the pits then. And hopefully they're just going to change the front wing then. They're changing the front nose then on a Hog's car. What a shame. And here's the battle for lead then. And this is going to get very tasty deep then. Matt and Roscoe are still close together as well then. On board once again with 2nd place right at the moment then. Let's take stock. Lap 25 out of 36. We've got 11 laps to go in this race then. We're down to 13 cars then. T Sammy leads the race but is being mirrored all the way along by this man here. One of the teams is in, well, one half of the homegrown team here of the Red Bull team. Asdog in 3rd position. Remember, he started 15th, right with the 3rd position. Team there is now started to home. Asdog down there in 4th position. Sprint in 5th, Matt in 6th, Roscoe 7th with Harry 8th, Double in 9th, and Penny in 10th position. Fantastic. Fizzy is 24 seconds back in 11th position with Hog in 12th, and PB is in 13th position. That is the full classification then. No, that ain't the classification. That is how they're racing at the moment then. But we've still got 11 laps to go in this race then. So don't count your chickens before they hatch them because they're not going to be hatching just yet. Because we do have 10 more laps to go there. And once again then Maxi is definitely matching T-Sammy stride for stride at the moment, isn't it? Can Maxi get his first race win here in IRC Super? I gotta say he's making a good fist of it here tonight. It really is, isn't it? Brilliant stuff, Ben. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Penny is very close to the back of Double now. It is half a second. Remember that these two used to be teammates, didn't they? And of course we all know about the team rivalry, don't we? So this is going to be good, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed. We'll come back to that battle in a minute because I think that Maxi is now starting to really launch an attack then. Lucas is left for session then. Of course Lucas of course one of the elite drivers there. Just practicing out the IRC F1 digital the F1 digital channel, isn't it? Where you can pick whoever he watches. And at the moment, I wonder if he'll be watching this one. I think that we're definitely watching this one. Saying, look, Max is gaining. Is he going to go for it? He is. No, not quite. And T Sammy is still in front at the moment. Maxi gets a alright run. Look at how much the T Sammy there just pulls away there. Lovely shot here with the Double is out out of the race then. Double is out of the race then. What a shame then for Double. Oh my goodness me, the man who's usually so consistent. Another virtual safety car. And Maxi almost going into the back there. Where is Double gone? And he's gone off in turn 1 then. So that is not good at all there for Double. And we're on board with Fizzy. He's back in the points. And the man who was battling away, oh, he's gone right off Double as then. So that's an interesting place to go for Double there. What a shame there for Double. So virtual safety car then. So everyone has to adhere to a delta. They can't go over that delta speed at the moment then. And it's neutralized the race, so to speak, doesn't it? And we're on board then with Maximum. You can see there's a bit just under the gear, under the gear number there. Of course, it's in 7th gear at the moment. There's a green bit of numbers going on. And that is just and now we're back racing, and yeah, of course that was the Delta. Double step for session now. I think he's very disappointed. And look at Maxi, he has had a fantastic run. He's on the power first. He takes the lead at the Austrian Grand Prix. He passes T Sammy and leads the Austrian Grand Prix with 8 laps to go. Then T Sammy has dropped down in the second position. Miles all over the back, and sprinters are out. He is through. He's not over the back. He is through. He passes sprint and moves up into 5th because Roscoe's on the outside as well, but the sprint there is just forced him outside right there. Well, I'm not sure he forced him out, he just had understeer, I think. But Roscoe's going to have another bite of the cherry as they were on board with Roscoe's. He's going to go up the inside into turn. He is going on the inside, but the sprint there. They're just keeping his car. Oh, but sprint there, he's still battling away, is he? Down into turn 5, and he's going to go on the outside. Is there? No way. That'll be an amazing. It is an amazing overtake. That's a fantastic move from Roscoe. Wow. Incredible stuff. Wow, that has never dismissed Roscoe. My goodness me, what a move. What a move. He is up into 6th position there. Brilliant stuff there from Roscoe. And once again there, he is just following Matt there, isn't he, through the field? They're back up in the 5th and 6th there, so strong races from both those guys. Very well recovered indeed then. Back up with this battle here. Yellow flag and free. Yellow flag and free, because that's Harry. Harry has had a problem then, and he's in the pits. Well, the medium tires are really struggling there at the moment. Harry's in the pits, and Fizzy might not. He might get out just in front, actually. We'll find out in a minute, but we'll keep an eye on that battle here, because this is the battle for the lead then. Of course, it's been such a great race, and we're struggling to keep it on the battle because there's all sorts going on in the behind him as well. Look at this, and this is great stuff, isn't it? This is what we want to see on a Thursday night. Harry has dropped down into 7th position. Hogg has set the fast lap of the race then, and we'll get that bonus point as well at the moment as it stands, because he is in the top 10, but Harry is on soft tire as well, so he is going to be fairly quick as well. Going to have a qualifying battle, and that's what I want to see. Look at T Salmon really struggling under the dirty air then of that Red Bull, and he's really starting to keep up. And then look at that, Maxi's getting pulled out to almost 7 tenths of a second. It was 7 tenths of a second. It's come down to 5 tenths now, isn't it? But yeah, now as you can see then, and the virtual safety car, I'm not sure if Maxi was just on it quicker or reacted quicker, or if T Salmon was sleeping a bit. I doubt T Salmon was sleeping. I think it was just a better timing for Maxi to get on the power perhaps, and he was closer to turn 1 then, and I think that's what gave him the advantage then. On board then with the championship leader then, T Salmon at the moment then, and Maxi then is on course then for perhaps his first race win. But hold on a minute, I've completely forgot about the penalties, and of course the penalties at the moment. I think Maxi has penalties, and I don't think T Sammy does, so that might come back then. The race win might not be won on the track here, it might be won in the steward's room, and in terms of who's been quarter cutting the most in New Aston. Aston's only 4 seconds back as well. He's on the hard tires, and one of those hard tires might come back into play later on in this race. And well, I say later on in this race, we've only got a couple more laps to go around here, so yeah, if it needs to come to him, it needs to come to him fairly quick. At the moment he is 4.6 seconds. He's been hovering around the 4.6 second mark for quite a while. He has repelled Timmy's attack there, hasn't he? And Timmy has dropped off the back of him as well, so yeah, I think on one of those hard tires now going to start to really come into their own there. We'll keep an eye on that, but I think with 5 laps to go, I think these two got Asdol covered. But whether Maxi's got anything left in the attack, we'll soon find out, because I think that as it stands at the moment, T Sammy will win this race. Judge in terms of the penalties, the lack of penalties he's got, I'm sure that Maxi's got a 3-second penalty, whilst T Sammy's got nothing, and that will pay dividends, I think, later on in this race then, with 5 laps to go. of what has been absolutely enthralling Austrian Grand Prix. Let's take a look at what's happened so far in this race then. JJ retired from the race earlier on then. Earlier on the race, he got disqualified. So did Snap as well. Sam retired after the first lap incident, and Fizzy's got a 3-second penalty as well there, as I'm thinking he might be trying to have a recovery drive after what occurred between himself, Toon, and I think PB also got involved as well, which is such a shame there, because the Williams drivers were doing so well, weren't they? So well in the first half of the race. They were absolutely fantastic, weren't they? Aston's got a 3-second penalty as well. He's also dropped to 5 seconds. He had a scrappy lap, Aston did, and now I think has all but ended his challenge for the front two. And there you heard that beat. Then that is the DRS. That is the DRS available for the cars. Then so is now T Sammy then is gaining again, but he's just too far back at the moment, isn't he? If I was T Sammy, but of course Jeff will be telling him about the penalty situation, and I'm wondering, I might be completely wrong about this, because I might be getting adding 2 and 2 together and getting something like 6 or 7 or probably even 100. But yeah, I think that the penalty situation is the advantage of T Sammy at the moment, not Maxi. Maxi has got, I think, got a 3-second penalty. T Sammy's got nothing. I repeat that at the moment. Then it is T Sammy's race then, and Harry's got the fast of the race then, so he's got the fast up, but not the bonus point, because he is not in the top 10. He's got to find 2.5 seconds, and he's got to get past Hogg within 4 laps, and that is going to be Harry's task for the remainder of this race then. And really, there's a lot of hard luck stories. Well, I gotta say, hats off to Penny. He is in 8th position there. He is drove through the carnage there. He's done a fantastic job, Penny has, and he is on course for a very good 8th position there. Really showing the consistency does definitely pay off, doesn't it? Brilliant stuff from Penny, from 19th on the grid up to 8th. Asdog from 15th on the grid up to 3rd. Brilliant driving on the field there. Timmy from 10th to 4th as well. Fantastic stuff. Matt was on pole position there, as Hogg is Fizzy's got a problem there. Fizzy has got a problem there. He's he's dropped down to 11th position there, so that's a shame there for Fizzy. Then he is out of the points then, and I think that might be his race done and dusted then. Well, we'll find out. He might be able to get points if there's any penalties in front of him, but I think in terms of the tyre life, he's done 9 laps on those medium tyres, and he might struggle to keep up with Harry, who's only done 4 laps on those soft tyres, and they should get him to the end then. Back on board then with the championship leader, who is currently 2nd in this race then, but I think will be leading this race then come the end of this incredible Austrian Grand Prix. Been brilliant, hasn't it? Fantastic as always around Austria. I've got to say, it's one of the it's one of my favourite races of the season, and it's really lived up to expectations, hasn't it? It's like brilliant stuff indeed then. And we still got 12 cars in this race as well, but I think our focus, as it should be, is the battle for the lead then, and that's where we want it to be, isn't it? We're on board then once again then with T Sammy going up into the hairpin once again. Then Maxi is still repelling his attacks at the moment. He is the Red Bull driver is as well. Yeah, as I was saying before, Fizzy before he's seen Fizzy's excursion, Fizzy has dropped down to the 12th position now, unfortunately. What I promised to be such a great race is kind of ended a bit flat there for the Alfa Romeo driver. What a shame there, but so that's a shame there for Fizzy, really is then. A lot of hard luck stories out there as well. Matt and Roscoe possibly, as PB's got a 3-second penalty. Matt and Roscoe, there was quite out of the field, weren't they? But unfortunately, all the first lap drama has really cost them. Sales and sprint there is sprint's been there or thereabouts, hasn't he? Penny, I think, has had a fantastic race. Hogg potentially could have had an even better race in 9th position as well. And same with Harry and Fizzy as well, and PB. Both Williams drivers were so good, weren't they? In the first stage race, but the second race, the second half of the race, just hasn't gone his way, has it? On board then with T7, and he is still hounding Maxi there with just 2 laps to go. I'm wondering if Jeff has informed T Sammy of the penalty situation again. Then I might be completely wrong about that, but I'm sure I'm not. I hope I'm not. Anyway, otherwise all this drama that I've been adding is just completely. It's just completely useless. And a lovely shot there from over the shoulder of Maxi. Remember, this will be Maxi's, if he does win this race, this will be Maxi's first race win in IRC Super in round 9. And to be honest, he has had a very difficult start to the season, hasn't he? So, as I was saying earlier on, Harry's got a 3-second penalty. As I was saying earlier on, then his first couple of races, he had DNFs, didn't he? But then since then he's had 2 podiums and a 4th position. I think consistency is now starting to become a key here for Max. They've now dropped Asdog by to 7.1 seconds. So the hard tires has not really paid off for Asdog in the later stage of the race there. Safety car helped him go to the third position, but I don't think safety car helped him in terms of strategy, because now Timmy is now reading him at quite a rate of knots then, as we're on the final lap then of the Austrian Grand Prix, and Timmy is going to be in DRS range of Asdog. That is going to be very tasty indeed then as we come into the final stage then, and look who's in the background. I think that was Fizzy there, who is going to be quite a lot. I think he's going to be a lot quicker then, because he's got new medium tires, hasn't he, on that Alfa Romeo, so he's going to be lightning in a bottle, isn't he? He's going to be quick. But as Asdog there, I think Asdog might be lucky there. There's only one lap to go then, so yeah, I think that Timmy's best opportunity is already gone then. Is he going to have a go down into turn 4? Well, he's way too back now, isn't he? I think he might be concerned about that Alfa Romeo behind him there in the background there, and that is Fizzy there, who's just been lapped, unfortunately there. Oh my gosh, I gotta say, I've been losing my voice in the later stages of this race. It's been absolutely incredible, hasn't it? And they flicked through then the final couple of corners, and we're on board with Maxi then, and he is coming through the final couple of corners then. This is the last corner, and Maxi is going to win the Austrian Grand Prix on track, or does he? Let's find out. Maxi wins. No, it's T. Sammy that wins the Austrian Grand Prix by 1.6 seconds. And T. Sammy, that is his 5th win of the season. Timmy is in 3rd position with Asdog in 4th fence. So Timmy there, cracking drive up into it's the AI struggling to drive there. Up into 3rd position. Matt in 5th, in 6th position. Sprint 5th. Matt 6th. Roscoe 7th. Penny there is coming through, and an absolutely splendid drive from Penny to finish in 8th position in the end. Brilliant stuff there from Penny. I'd say maybe my driver today is between Asdog and Penny. I would say brilliant driving indeed from both those guys. Really good stuff indeed there. Maybe Matt and Roscoe as well for their recovery drives. Hogg in 9th position in the end. Harry is going to come through in 10th position as well. PB will be just outside the points 11, and what could have been for PB there, as he was having such a good start to this race there, such a strong first half there, but what a shame there from the Williams driver. T. Sammy with his 5th race win of the season, his 7th podium of the season. T. Sammy there is marching on to the season 7 crown there of IRC Super at the moment there, isn't it? Who can stop this man? He's also extended his lead in the championship as well, which will be posted on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and any other social media thing that's going on at the moment. And there he is, race win number 5 for T. Sammy. He won it this time with the no penalties at all, I don't think. Maxi was so close to his first race win, so close there, but unfortunately came up slightly short. And Timmy with a great, very mature drive in 3rd position in the end. Brilliant 17. The Red Bull ring has been been crowned by the Red Bull team, but it's the Toro Rosso team instead. And a great hats off to Sprint and the T. Summer there for getting no penalties there. Brilliant stuff indeed. Final classification then from the Austrian Grand Prix round 9 of IRC Super League Season 7. T. Sammy 5 wins this season, his 7th podium. Brilliant stuff. Maxi 2nd in the end, so close though, isn't he? Timmy in 3rd with Asdog 4th, Sprint 5th, Matt 6th, Roscoe 7th, Penny 8th, brilliant. Hogg 9th, and Harry in 10th position. Penny PB 11th, and Fizzy in 12th position. Retirements double 2. Sven, Brown, Sam, Sap and JJ all retired from the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg. And as I take a deep breath, let's take a quick let's also take a quick view of what's happening next week, which is the British Grand Prix, the home of motorsport. And we are going to be at the Silverstone race. We're going to be at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a cracker race, isn't it? On Wednesday, it will be on Wednesday. I think it'll be Dave, Matt, and Fizzy there in the commentary box. Fantastic trio they are, and brilliant stuff indeed. Then they'll be taking you through the elite stuff. And on Thursday, it is Super Thursday once again then, as the Super Boys will have another crack around another classic track then. It's been great here tonight, absolutely fantastic stuff. Enjoyed your company, enjoyed your comments as well. Brilliant stuff, kept me on my toes as always. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7:30 for Elite.